Good evening, everyone, and welcome to IRC Super League Round 10, Season 7, and we are home, and where are we? No, we are at the home of British Motorsport here in beautiful Hamptonshire. Is it Hamptonshire? I think it is, anyway. And we are going to have an absolutely fantastic night of racing, we really are. I'm just waiting for this notification to come out. For some reason, we are live, but unfortunately I can't get the video up at the moment, so bear with me, guys, and hopefully we'll get there in a second. I think it's just my YouTube playing up as well. Unfortunately, of course, who knows? Of course, a lot of things will be a little slower, won't it? After basically everyone's been quarantined or been locked down and all whatever else is going on going on in the world at the moment. It's quite frightening stuff, isn't it? But the beauty about this is that we will. The beauty about this is that we can have a break from all that and get racing here tonight. And we're around, as I said, we're here in Silverstone. 18 turns around this 3.660 mile circuit, and I gotta say it's a classic track. It's been on the calendar since 1950, there or thereabouts. Of course, we've been to other locations in the past, well, like Brands Hatch as well. Of course, I think Nigel Mansell won his first race, didn't he? Back in '85 in the European Grand Prix, I think it was dubbed back then, wasn't it? It was fantastic, wasn't it? And really good stuff, it really was. Of course, no, I gotta say, I remember that. That was one of my earliest memories, actually. Obviously, I wasn't born there, obviously, but but yeah, it was just it was good stuff indeed. Then, so for some reason, I'm really struggling to find the stream at the moment. I don't know what's going on. Usually, I get a notification or something like that, but yeah, it's not going too well at the moment, is it? The countdown is on those. We're going to get ready to race in just a few moments' time. Then, I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be a fantastic race, and it really is. Of course, last week, if anyone remembers the cup last week, it was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? I love a good cup, so and it was a really good cup to watch as well. Who won it? No, I think it was Maxi that won it in the end, wasn't it? Oh gosh, it feels like such a long time ago. It really does. Then, as I quickly just share the old stream, and we'll be getting ready to get going. And we're in qualifying one then here in Silverstone. Of course, we are of course, unfortunately, Elite League didn't race last night, which is of course due to the awful things that is going on in the world right now, and it's such a shame. And credit where credit is due there. Of course, Dave and Matt did make the call there not to race last night, because it would have been unfair, wouldn't it, to the guys that have been affected by what's going on in the world at the moment. Then, anyway, then, so just sorry, I left my controller plugged in and probably heard an awful buzz then, didn't you? It's like I've been attacked by bees or something. But yeah, then, yeah, so of course, the Elite guys unfortunately didn't race last night, but hopefully they'll be watching tonight, and hopefully they will enjoy the stream as well. Indeed they were. And oh, look at that lovely, lovely sunshine here in Silverstone. Absolutely beautiful day, isn't it? So I can listen to you too, isn't it? It's a beautiful day. And of course, there I also like to wish, of course, the boss, the founder man behind the IRC, the IRC idea and all that kind of stuff. Of course, Matt's birthday today, and I think he's 21 years old today. So happy birthday to Matt there, reliving his youth, indeed he is. So hopefully he has a good time tonight as well. I think last time he raced, he did around Silverstone, didn't go so well, did it? It's unfortunately, I think he had a bit of contract as well, and I'm sure that him and the old rivals of him and Blas did come to blows as well, ironically, didn't they? Which was did make me chuckle away. But anyway, then of course we are going to get ready to go race now. Like I say, look at that beautiful bit of grass there, isn't it, between the pit lane and start and the pit straight as well, crack and stuff as well. And this is a good opportunity whilst the cars are just getting themselves warmed up and are ready to get going. Let's take a look at the drivers and the constructors standing, shall we? And as it stands about, T Simon has got a 67-point advantage over Matt, who is second at the birthday boy Matt, who is second at the moment. And then those are the only two men that is in 3 digits at the moment in terms of points they've scored. Then we've got Asdog in third position. Fantastic season so far for Asdog. 79 points adrift. Then with Ross in fourth position. Timmy moving up to fifth. Fantastic stuff for Timmy. Then moving up into fifth in the championship. Fizzy dropping down to sixth there, unfortunately. He had a very good week last week in the cup, didn't he? Fantastic stuff. Max in 7th position there. Steve dropping down to 8th position. Congratulations to Steve as well. Of course, there is his significant other is expecting as well. So fantastic stuff. I think it was announced on Facebook the other day, so I hope it was, otherwise I'm really in trouble. But yeah, congratulations to Steve as well. He is 8th in the championship. Dave is still 9th, isn't he? He hasn't raced since Monaco, so fantastic stuff. Dave shows how strong he was at the beginning, doesn't it? Sprint moving up to 10th position. Harry and Hogg dropping down 1 position, and also Petty is moved up a couple of positions as well. We're just on board with, talking of Hogg, we're on board with him at the moment. He's just coming out of a left field. Let's just take a look. Who is the first man around? I think it might be Sprint, actually. He's coming down into Stowe. And we'll be getting ready to get going as well. So, oh dear. Hopefully, as one of your streamers stopped as well. Oh dear, that's not good at all, is it? Anyway, so we're just watching a sprint at the moment, and he is coming around the final turn, and we'll be getting ready to get going now then. And we're just watching sprinting, so he is the first man then to go over the grid hatch as well then. And it's a good opportunity then for me to quickly just go through the comments then, shall we? We're on board sprinting, and he is just coming into the, I think it's into the loop now as well. Sprint is in the Mercedes, but I should really go through the rest of the, I'll go through the constructors first. I don't know, I really need to, to be honest, I've said this before, I just need an agenda, don't I, or something really, so I just don't go sidetrack, so I don't sidetrack myself, do I? I'm like a cat, anyway. I just seem to just get absolutely distracted by anything. In the constructors, we have the Toro Rosso leading at the moment, 76 points in front of our Red Bull, the sister team at the moment. Then it's a Honda 1-2 in the constructors so far, isn't it? Wow, incredible stuff out from Honda, absolutely incredible turnaround, brilliant stuff indeed. Then we got Racing Point in 3rd position, 4th position McLaren, Alfa Romeo and McLaren swapping positions. Ferrari stays 6th position, Mercedes in 7th position, Haas is in 8th position. They both swapped positions as well. 9th position is Renault, and 10th position is the Williams team as well. So we're all caught up with the constructors, and we've got someone out on wet wear tires. I think Fizzy is seeing a bit of cloud cover overhead, isn't he? So I think Fizzy there, of course, who knows Silverstone quite well, doesn't he? So I reckon that he feels it in his waters, and there is some water coming, isn't there? On board sprinting, so he is sprinting to the line, and he has gone faster so far in this Q1 session. Good stuff there from Sprinter. Timmy has gone second on there, 29.5 there from the McLaren driver. Beautiful stuff indeed then, as he flicks it through turn 1. Then we have also got Williams there, who is just starting us up actually, and then we got Red Bull as well. Maxi, remember, he is our cup winner, isn't he? And he is in second position at the moment, isn't he? In the Red Bull. I think his teammates just come around the final corner as well, and I think it is Matt just to start his lap. It is indeed. It is indeed. Then we got a Ferrari coming around as well as Hogg moving up in the 4th position. Then we got a Renault flying through the final turn. Now that is a snap there. Wow, is a snap there. Absolutely giving it full beans, isn't he? Going into the final turn. My goodness me, that was like you flew through there, didn't he? Incredible stuff indeed. Then let's take a look. See how it's like there. Matt is on the soft the medium compound tire. I'm a couple of seasons behind at the moment. Sven is in. Vada is up, so he's going to have to have another tour around this lap again, isn't he? Harry, where's Harry? Harry is just coming for the first sector as well. So we'll keep an eye on Brown at the moment as he flicks it through. Cops as well, and he's got a lot of. Oh my goodness me! Is Asdog has retired? Has he? Has he got a qualifying ban? I don't know. Possibly. But unfortunately, Asdog is out of qualifying. That's a huge blow for Asdog, isn't it? So he is not going to get out of Q1, unfortunately. The man who won in Azerbaijan and in Spain as well. I'm a little off my game at the moment. I don't know, I'm always off my game, really. But yeah, I'm struggling to remember what's happening this season. Take a week off, and then I'm all at sea, and here comes Brown coming around the final turn now. Brown goes up to the 7th fastest. Good stuff there from Brown. Matt is coming around the final couple of corners as well. Here he comes then. The man who is now at the prime of his life, isn't he? He's in 6th fast at the moment on the medium compound tyres. Harry has got over the 3rd fastest mode. I've got to say, Harry did fantastic in the Formula 2 cars last week, didn't he? I really got to say, I really enjoyed the action of the Formula 2 cars. It really was good stuff indeed. Sven is invalidated his time again, so he's going to have to go around again. Fizzy there is tearing up the track there on those wet wear tyres. Then he's done a Kimi Räikkönen. If anyone remembers Kimi Räikkönen back in 2009, he decided to go on the wet tyres, didn't he, on a dry track. Slightly different slightly different climate back then, wasn't it? Of course, that was in the Malaysian Grand Prix back in 2009, where Ferrari sent them on the wet wear tires because they was expecting an imminent shower, weren't they? That shower took a very long time to come, but when it came, my goodness me, absolutely, it was a deluge, wasn't it? Fizzy goes on a very rapid 49.6 there, my goodness me. And I've got to say, wow, impressive stuff there. Sven is going for an over, and I think this is his second attempt there for Sven then. Yellow flag is fluttering in two there. I think it's on the old start finish straight as well. Here comes Sven then coming, just finishing the first sector as well. We got BP saying good evening. We've also got Sprint saying evening show. We've also got Samuel saying the evening to the best commentator. Oh, thank you, Sam. Absolutely. I always have to say I always have to read out the best comments, don't I? So it's especially when it's complimenting me, of course. So here comes Sven then. Come through the best complex of corners in the world, and where are they? They are located in our very own British Grand Prix. It's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? Now coming down the hanger straight as well. He's gone his best time in his second set there. Sven has. DRS is wide open. There's a car just going on the outside there. Flicks it into Stowe. And then you see just running slightly wide there. Now coming into the final couple of corners now. The Alfa Romeo car 29 then. Let's see what he can do. What time is he going to post on the board then? Here he comes then. Final turn out. Doesn't want to take it too wide there. You live out your time. Sven goes into a very competitive 7th position mode. Good stuff indeed there for Sven then. Fizzy there still on the wet tires at the moment. They're on board, Fizzy. And we've got to say Fizzy did Fizzy did a cracking job in the cup as well. That was a brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff as well, isn't it? Is from Fizzy in the Formula 2 cars last week. I was really impressed. Well, Fizzy's going to show us then this extra long pit lane there. I think Harry actually. I think that this was the racetrack where I was having a natter about this being the longest pit lane. Harry actually sent me a link that the longest pit lane was actually, in terms of distance, was actually the Brazilian Grand Prix, wasn't it? Which I found quite astonishing actually at the time, because it don't feel that long, does it, when you're like blasting down that pit lane, does it? But it is exactly right, isn't it? Because it starts right at the top of the hill, doesn't it? And then it comes out just on the inside of turn 3. It's incredible, isn't it? I think in terms of time, this might be one of the longest pit lanes, so you don't want to drive through penalty around here, and you possibly want to minimise the time in the pits as well. So I'm wondering if that might be going towards a one-stop strategy then, possibly. Who knows? There is Brown has left the session there, so I think he's had enough of my shenanigans already, hasn't he? Really, we're on board Steve then as well. So he is in the racing point. I've got to say, him and Aston, that's one of the best teams, isn't it, in IRC history, possibly, just in terms of pace, isn't it? It's absolutely incredible stuff as well. Roscoe said Matt's 40 today. Matt's 40th today. Then of course, I thought he was only 21. Then of course, there's me. Of course, Brown nose and the boss, isn't he? So you know, but yeah, of course, it is Matt's birthday today, as we mentioned before. So yeah, a big happy birthday to Matt. Absolutely. Hope, and by the sounds of it, he enjoyed his day, didn't he? And of course, where else would you want to be racing around Silverstone on your birthday as well? So I think it ends a perfect day, really, doesn't it? Steve coming into the final couple of corners now. Then we're on board then with the Racing Point drive then, and Steve there, I think it's a bit of a new hat with there as well. Lovely stuff. Coming up to the final, coming up, and he goes fast as our Steve does. Steve at the moment there is does he have the most pole positions? I know he's actually joined him and Matt at the moment. We've got 3 pole positions apiece there. Oh my goodness me, who is that off the track there? Oh, and that's a McLaren now. I think that's JJ, wasn't it? It certainly was. Well, it certainly gave me a fright. It was JJ, I think. I think he's going on. I think he was going on the short circuit there or something. I don't know. Samuel there is coming through the old start for a try. Here comes T. Sammy. My goodness me. This man's got 2 pole positions so far this season, but he has had 5 wins and 7 podiums there, and 3 fastest up there from T. Sammy. So yeah, as I said, qualifying probably is his Achilles heel. But look at I gotta say, we had a lovely start at the beginning of this qualifying. It's all of a sudden getting very gloomy out there, isn't it? As we're coming down the hanger straight as well, there's still a bit of heat haze, isn't there? As you look up the straight, that's a fantastic view, isn't it? From Stowe all the way back, isn't it? Through Chapel. It's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? Going through the final couple of bends now here in Silverstone. Then a lovely navigation there from Sam there, and he's just around deployment then, but he comes up to the line and he goes into 6th fastest. But since Sam's come in here, I gotta say, I think he's enjoying life in IRC at the moment, isn't he? Very good, looking very good here, isn't he? August 12th at the moment, and Brown is currently, I think Brown is AWOL at the moment. He's missing without leave, isn't he? So hopefully he can get himself back in the session in the not too distant future. Here comes JJ coming through the Stoke corner. Of course, if anyone watched the 1999 British Grand Prix, of course the horror was of Michael Schumacher breaking his leg there when he was trying to overtake her, wasn't he? And it was a scary old incident. And oh, JJ there! Oh my goodness me! Almost had an accident there. I've got to say, I'm struggling to think of anyone who parked up there. I think Vettel parked up there in 2013 with an almighty roar, wasn't it, for the British fans when I think it was Gearbox win or something like that, wasn't it, in 2013? But yeah, I can't remember anyone crashing around there recently. I think last time I remember anything happening around that turn was back on the old style circuit, wasn't it, where was that? That's a Ferrari! That's a Ferrari! That's Toon there who's around there. Oh my goodness me, that is coming into turn 2, I believe. It's coming out of turn 1, is it? Yeah, it's out of turn 1. Burning rubber Nancy and puts his toe down. Oh dear, and oh, he's damaged the car. He has got 5 minutes to go, and car 2 has his oh dear. So Toon has got to get himself in the pits, change the nose cone, and come back out because yeah, he hasn't got long. This is a very long old course. This is. And oh dear, that's not good at all. We're on board with Fizzy then in the Alfa Romeo then, and here he comes up into Cops now then. Look at that, incredible. Not even a hit to a lift there from Fizzy. That man was planted, wasn't he? Planted to the floor there. And look at this, through maggots and beckets. I love that shot. That's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? The direction change on these cars is absolutely electric, isn't it? And he has done, well, you can see then the difference between the dry and the wet tires there. Fizzy is absolutely displaying it beautifully well. It's 15 seconds, isn't it, now into the into Stowe as well. Then. Oh, lovely over the shoulder shot here then. You can see the helmet there. A lovely galaxy kind of helmet here. And let's see if this lap is out of the world. Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, here he comes in through the final. You can see there's a steam policeman on the outside then. Here he comes on the line. Fizzy has got 6 fast mode in the Alfa Romeo car 14. Good stuff indeed then from good stuff indeed then from Fizzy. And Brown has said, could he have an invite back in, please? So if anyone who is listening to this ginger, then could we have Brown come back in the session? And Brown has back in. Double has retired, I think. Double. Oh my goodness me! Double's had a big old shunt, I think he has. Right, let's take a look then as I'm just trying to find the car who's next coming around then. And Yor has joined the session as well then. So that's not good at all then, is it? For, oh dear, as I'm trying to think, let's have a look. Oh, sorry, I'm all lost to see. Double has gone off into the Maggots and Beckett section, and Double is out of qualifying as well. What a shocker, what a horror there for Double. What's a shame. Max has gone faster in the Red Bull. JJ is out on track in the McLaren. We've got PB and Roscoe also out as well. Max has gone fastest. Maxi hasn't had a pole position yet, has he, to his name so far this season. His teammate is hogging it at the moment with 3 pole positions. Matt has done very well pole positions this season, and he's flown on the 1 lap pace, hasn't he, Matt? And of course he has a race win as well, so a very successful season so far for Matt. We're on round 10. Snap is retired from the session. By the way, thanks to Snap for getting Brown back in the session then. Here comes JJ taking a couple of bites of the cherry to get through the final complex corners. He's 14th at the moment. Brown might not, can Brown needs to get out as quickly as possible. Roscoe coming out to the line. Roscoe jumps us out with the third fastest. Remember, he's a part of the team that is doing a fantastic job. Him and T Sammy are absolutely electric so far. Brilliant stuff indeed there. PB coming out of left field. And coming over the old start-finish rate, which of course was where the car started right up until 2011 then, wasn't it, before they moved to the, I think it was 2011, wasn't it, before they jumped over to the new style complex. I think it was, isn't it? Was it 2010? I think it's 2011. I don't know. If someone could help me out with that, I'll be absolutely grateful. Yeah, I think I don't know. I think I've been in isolation too much. Well, I haven't actually been in isolation yet, but luckily enough. So yeah, of course, anyone who is isolating or is suffering with the awful virus going on at the moment, we all from here at IRC hopes that everyone has a full recovery as well. And we're on board PB as he's coming through the final couple of corners now. And now let's see what he can do. What time he's going to post on the board. And you can see there's a lot. It's very overcast over there around. PB goes 14 fast. Good stuff from the Williamshire. Hog there is 7/10% clear, but he's gone wide there. Eric's not a big old smash there in 2015, didn't he? In the Sauber, I think it was 2015 or 16. Of course, it was the blue Sauber, wasn't it? So yeah, it was a smashing incident, wasn't it? Hog goes 13 fast. Sven, he's on the grass there. Sven is there, and doing his best impression of Barry Kettle. But it looks like Barry Kettle will start to spin there as well. JJ is off the track as well, taking a detour. Brown is out on track, so is Toon Fan as well. Hopefully Toon Fan keep himself going. JJ, if he's got enough fuel on board, can have another crack, another bite of the cherry. It's Sven! Oh my goodness me! And he's off into the gravel there. Of course, I think we had Coolfart. We had Trilly go off there, didn't we? Back in 2001, him and Coolfart came together. That was Trilly's best qualifying performance of the year in 2001. I don't know why I remember that actually. I think I remember it because I was a hardcore David Coulthard fan back in 2001. I was absolutely gutted when his suspension failed at Bridge there. It was a scary old incident as well. So unfortunately Sven is retired from the session then. JJ's in the pits then, so JJ's out. Brown is down! Oh, Brown has lost the front wing. Oh my goodness me. And unfortunately Brown is also out of the session as well. So on board with Toonnet. It's between Sven and Toonnet. So we have lost the Asdog double. That is the last row. We have also lost Brown as well. He has got no wing there, unfortunately. And also we have lost JJ as well. And he is parked in the pits then. So it's Toon and Sven. Who is going to get through? I think I said Samuel just move over to full position. He's loving those. He's had a race around. I think he's done 5 laps on those soft compound tyres. Let's see what he can do. On board with Toon as he comes through cops now. The all red helmet then is I have oh dear. Sorry there. I've just completely. I got too excited there and I've absolutely sprayed my phone with with my saliva there, so that's absolutely good stuff, isn't it? Here, Toon as he is on he's a bit slow on the DRS, and lovely over the shoulder shot as well there. Coming down the hanger straight out, there's a Renault just in front of us as well. Here comes Toon, and yellow flag and free. Ignore that yellow flag. Here comes Toon. Don't ignore him. He's going wide then. He's still up for it. Look at the fuel light flashing. This is the last couple of corners now. Where's it going to be? He needs to beat at 30.142. Look at the top right hand side. It is through. Toon is fifth fastest, so Toon is through into qualifying 2. Fantastic stuff. Unfortunately though for have I completely misread? I think I have. Sven is I think Sven is through. Unfortunately we have lost PB, JJ, Brown, Asdog and Double. I've got it right again, sorry guys. So but luckily for Sven I got it wrong because he is through into qualifying 2. Absolutely fantastic stuff for Sven in the Alfa Romeo. He was struggling a bit there towards the end, wasn't it? You can see that the clouds are starting to get very grey overhead, isn't it? Oh my goodness me, it's looking very moody out there at the moment, isn't it? So yeah, I'm hoping we don't have any wet weather, do we? But I think T. Sammy wants a bit of wet weather, don't they? Of course, he's been hoping for rain. And of course, in Australia, that's a funny old race, wasn't it? Australia season, right back in the first round, Australia, because we had rain throughout it, didn't we? But I think we still had the dry tyres for most of it, wasn't it? The only other place we had rain, I think, was France there for the final 4 laps. But yeah, I think T. Sammy would be doing his rain dance, won't he, here tonight, to see if there's a bit of moisture coming down from the sky then. As we're just on board there with Sam, who has got himself up into 4th position, I think, was it? It was 4th indeed there. So once again, then Sam just right up at the sharp end, isn't he, at the moment, in that Mercedes? Good stuff indeed there. So let's just take a look at the final classification from 15th to 20th position. We've got a full grid tonight, so that means we got full of action as well then. And luckily I've got a lot of water beside me because I think I'm going to need it there. Hopefully the guys don't have to contend with the water that comes from the sky. As I said, the only man that would be interested in the water from the sky would definitely be T. Sammy. We have lost Double, we have lost Asdog, Brown, JJ, PB, and we've lost Sven as well. By the looks of Sven there, unfortunately has I think he had terminal damage there, so that's a shame there for Sven, because he would have got through into qualifying too there, so that's a huge shame. And just a quick word, thank you all for joining us tonight. It's absolutely brilliant stuff it's brilliant stuff for you guys to be joining us for the stream as well. I'd like your opinions. I'd like to know what you're doing on this fine evening here on a Thursday night. Of course, Sarah, I know what you like to be doing. You like to be watching the IRC Super League, and that is exactly what you should be doing. Of course, but I'd also like your opinions about the show as well, and who you think's going to get pole position, and who's your tip then for the race win. Of course, I don't like doing the tips for winning pole position, so I seem to just jinx everyone. It's the commentator's curse, isn't it? So yeah, I'd rather you guys do it than me, because you know, I'm just a walking curse. As we just had Toon saying, got a decent lap in eventually. Yeah, unfortunately we did pick up Toon there, having a bit of a spin coming out of turn 1 and going into turn 2, in between turn 1 and 2, unfortunately. Remember, there ain't no DRS this year between the final turn and turn 1 there, is it? Of course, remember, that was DRS there last year, and it was absolutely, it was a test, wasn't it, of man and machine. It was a test of bravery, wasn't it? There used to be 3 DRS zones around here. There's only 2 this season. For me personally, I'm gutted actually that DRS zone's gone, because it really did produce some excitement as well. Unfortunately, Roman Grosjean, I think, had a big good spin there. We might have contributed to that, but of course he also had a spin in the pit entry as well, just here where Woody's just going out now. So yeah, make of that what you will, really. So we're just watching Matt then. In front of us is a McLaren driver of Timmy. Timmy is the first round on track at the moment then. I'm sure all you guys are looking forward to hearing about the qualifying rules then, as of course I go through them again. But of course, everyone, there might be new viewers there, and they might be wondering why is there now different colored tires on the car set. Well, let's go through it, shall we then? Of course, then there's 3 types of compounds that is brought to every race by the Pirelli technicians, by the Pirelli manufacturers, or whatever you like to call them. And the Italian, oh, and Matt going off the track there. My goodness me, he's eager, isn't he, to get out on track there and get a lap in, isn't he? So Matt will be the first car to set a time. To set a time then, but yeah, so just on board with Matt now. I got distracted, sorry. Yeah, we got 3 types of compound tires that the Pirelli tires are bringing, and there are the soft tires, which are the red tires, the medium tires, which are the yellow tires, and the hard tires, which are the white tires. They are the white tires, yeah. Then we got two other types of tires, the intermediate tires, which are the green tires, and the blue tires, which of course are the 4 wet tires. So we got 5 tires in total, but potentially we might not need those 2, the wets and the wets and the intermediates. So Matt is on the soft compound tire at the moment, and he is going. And of course, that's the fastest tire. Of course, that's the softest tire as well. But of course, because it's the fast tire, it uses up more grip, which means that it will not last as long. And the hard tire, of course, has the most durability, but unfortunately it does not last as long then. So that is basically the tire information in a nutshell. So you might be asking yourself a couple of questions now then. So why is Timmy out on the medium tires then, which is the of course the second slowest tire, and Matt, who is on the fastest tire? Well, of course, if you get into the top 10, you must start on the tire which you set your fastest time on, and of course there, and really then it's dependent on track, it's dependent on the conditions, it's a lot of things dependent. It's a variable thing, isn't it? So motorsport isn't just about being the fast now, it's also about being the cleverest as well. And unfortunately, I am neither of those things. I'm not fast and I'm not clever. That's why I'm up here. So yeah, so that's why these guys have got different types of compounds on the moment. So Matt might feel that the soft tires is better for his race strategy. Tim might think the medium tires is better because of it might give him a better window. Matt might want to go into the soft tires because he wants a better launch. He wants track position, doesn't he? And then he'll figure out his strategy later on down the line. Then we have got 15 minutes in the session. We're about 4 minutes into this session now. Then we're just watching Matt. He's the first man to post the time on the board. Then of course, and let's see what he can do then, Matt. And he comes up to the line and he is fastest as it stands at the moment. What about Timmy? Timmy is coming through the final couple of corners now, and he's gone second fastest moment in the McLaren Renault. Sprint goes into fourth fastest, but Woody goes fastest still on the hard side. My goodness me, that car is electric and around. Beautiful stuff out from Woody. Fizzy is coming through the final turn now, they're clipping the curb there, but he goes third fastest at the moment now on the soft tires. I've got a question actually. It's normally the elite guys are usually and we got a yellow flag as someone is at an adventure somewhere. I think it's Steve who's just recovering there. Harry's invalidated his Tomlin, so he's going to have to go around again, unfortunately, Harry. So, yeah, Harry's going to have to restart that lap as well. We've got Roscoe flying out of the pits there. My goodness me, that man was burning rubber, wasn't he? Here comes T. Sammy. He's about to start his lap now. We've got Mercedes in the background of Sam then. We're on board. Sammy's on the medium compound tire. Just taking a quick look then. Sam, disappointed you didn't catch my lap. Sorry, Sam. I was very distracted earlier on. Steve's done the 33-2 there, of course. But Sam is now on track now. We're just watching his lap there on the medium compound tire. tires. We've also got Brown. I disconnected. DRS failed and stayed out. Not going well for me. Well, that's a shame for Brown, isn't it? That's a double whammy. Not only did he lose connection there, his DRS failed. Of course, DRS is the drag reduction system, and I don't know what I'm rolling my arse now. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've had too many Rolos, haven't I? Yeah, so the drag reduction system. Sam just gone a bit wide. Then Max has gone fast at the moment, looking for his first pole position in IRC Super history. So yeah, good luck to Max there, but good luck to all the rest of the drivers as well. We're on board Sam now. He's flicking it through cops right now. Look at that. Oh, he had to feather the throttle there, didn't he, Sam? But he was in 8th gear when we was on board with who was on board with earlier, but they was on 7th gear. And Hog is he's in the pits, so I think he's retired from the session there. Hog is, so that's unfortunate for Hog. Yeah, going back, of course, the drag reduction system. Of course, so you see that rear wing is open. This is like a little letter box there, and that reduces the drag there. That's why it's called the drag reduction system. I think Mercedes used to call it something else, didn't they, back in 2010? I can't remember what they called it, did they? I'm sure it began with an like a R something, isn't it? It was really old there from Mercedes. Mercedes back in 2010. Sam goes 8 fast at the moment there, and he's the first runners on the soft tires. So good stuff there. Here comes Steve. There's a much better lap for Steve. He's up to the 5th fastest he is. I've got to say, he's been incredible in qualifying this season. Here comes Toon Fan as well. Left it very late in qualifying one, didn't he? But he's through nonetheless. So it doesn't matter how late you leave it, as long as you get through that. As he comes through the cops as well then, as Double has just sent me a quick message. Let's take a look. Brakes didn't work well, bit like me at the moment, feeling unwell, and oh dear, so Double there is not feeling well either. So I hope Double you're enjoying your race tonight, and I hope of course this makes well, hopefully that this makes you feel a bit better as well. Might have to mute me a bit though, unfortunately, because my voice doesn't make anyone feel better. That's all I say. Yeah, so it's so hopefully Double. Well, we wish you the best, and hopefully you feel better soon. Then, so best wishes from me, definitely. And yeah, so Double there, unfortunately, there brakes didn't work then, and he just flew off. And unfortunately, the brakes that's the worst place where your brakes don't work there through this Maggots and Beckett section. So Double went off to the left hand side, just on this part of the circuit then. And we've got to say, we've had a lot of cars that fly off out of the past that way. I think Physicality, didn't Jaron call it Physicality? Was front end suspension failure in 2003. That was a scary one, wasn't it, when he was driving the Jordan team way back. I'd say way back when it was 2003, wasn't it? Which doesn't feel that long ago for me at all. Here comes Roscoe coming into the final couple of corners as well. And we're on board Roscoe. You see down the right hand side, and his fuel light is flashing there. He is as light as a feather, is he? In that Toro Rosso comes through the final turn, and he goes second fastest. Then Roscoe there to the moment. Good stuff indeed. Hog is out qualifying the race, so we are now what we're doing in this qualifying session. We need to determine then who else is going to be knocked out of qualifying. So who is in the drop zone? Well, we got Sam in the drop zone. Timmy is in the drop zone as well, and so is Sprint. That's 2 Mercedes in there. Snap is retired from the session there. I got to say, I think I've got a slight suspicion that Snap is actually paying for his Pirelli tyres, because he doesn't seem to like to go out too much in qualifying. That's always not a fan of qualifying. He prefers to get on the race then. He might just like to put his feet up and just enjoy the rest of the show then, perhaps. But anyway, Snap there is not going to take part in qualifying, but the rest of the qualifying too. Anyway, potentially we got a Mercedes who's touring at the moment. We've also got Timmy as well, who's invalidated as that with 6 minutes to go. He's invalidated as that right at the beginning as well. So yeah, that's going to be a very frustrating time. Then Matt is back out on the soft tires as well. Then we're on board Matt, and he's coming down the Wellington straight as well. Then as he flicks it into his first sector there, 4,700 a second down. My goodness me, that's a whisker, isn't it? As a Matt is very much on the limit there. Car 25 and accelerating out of left field. Then going over the Oda start fairly straight, wasn't it? And now then as he comes up into coming up to Cops as well. Look at that then. Yeah, Matt in 7th gear then. I think we were on board with Matt earlier on when he was in 7th gear. Remember, Sam was in 8th gear and had to feather the throttle a bit there. So it's interesting, isn't it? Very good techniques there, isn't it? How people just chops and change there. It's very interesting stuff indeed. Then there's the DRS board. Matt straight on the marker straight away. Straight on that button there as he comes down the hanger straight then. Let's see, he's had a very good second sector there. Matt is 5.5 minutes to go. This qualified 2 session. The heat is starting to build up. Lovely shot here from the Red Bull nose cone here. And now then, as you can see, that little fun bit on the front of the nose there from the Red Bull there as well. Sprint is just moving so and so. Second position there. Oh, I couldn't even speak there. Good stuff for Sprint. Mac moves stuff up the first. Good stuff indeed. Timmy's invalidated time. He's coming back in the pits. Or flying back in the pits, actually. Timmy is. So he's wasted no time at all. T-Stab is out on treadmill. He is on an out lap. I think it's the first one forward. It's going to go for a lap as well. Of course, the traditional green helmet now for T-Sammy. Good stuff indeed then. Toon says needing to go again. Gonna need to go again, I should say. Gosh, I can't speak today. I think probably not safe there. Where is Toon mode? Well, I would say I think that's very much you'll be a brave man not to go out there. Really, definitely. Yeah, I'll definitely think about going out there. Think about going out again then. Cool. Anyway, we're on board T7, and he is about to start us out. Let's go on board with the championship leader, shall we? And we're going to enjoy a lot better run that's very murky, very gloomy. Silverstone, of course, then with the Formula 1 there being, being delayed, postponed, whatever words you've got to use, they're all negative, isn't it, until June. So the first race could potentially be in Baku, which would be an interesting one, wouldn't it? Of course, Baku was the fourth race of the season, wasn't it, a couple of years ago? But yeah, what a shame, of course, then. Luckily, IRC continues on to and this is our Formula 1 fix there. And I gotta say, then, it's still a beautiful thing, isn't it, Formula 1 is. And yeah, so I'm so glad we got some kind of Formula 1 in our left. My goodness me, it'd be dark days anyway, but my goodness me, it was so much more darker days than what it is, isn't it? On board T7, that is, we're coming out of left field then, coming over the old grid hatches as well, then coming into Copstead as well. This track has had a lot of facelifts over the year, hasn't it? Of course, back in '96, our Cops was reprofiled as well, a much more flatter corner. I think '95 before if anyone played the Formula 1 game, which is a '95 season, wasn't it? Of course, that was a much tighter turn there, wasn't it? Back then, we also had two left fields, didn't we? Not just one continuous right-hander, we had two, didn't we? It's called left field, and we got rain! We got rain! I think you can see that there's a sprinkling of rain then on the cockpit of T7 there. Oh my goodness me then, so we have a sprinkling of the wet stuff then. Is this going to catch anyone out? Who is out on track at the moment? Snap is out qualified. Sam and Timmy are out on track now. Toon said he needs to get out there. He has to get out there straight away. Sammy is only so fast with 3 minutes to go. Oh goodness me then. This is going to get very tasty indeed. Steve is out on track now. We got Harry who's 2/10 for a second down. And Harry is almost on the floor. He needs a good final sector. He oh my goodness, he had a very good final sector there. Wow, that was impressive. Fizzy is 10th position. We got Sam who's moved up to 9th position as well. This is going to get very, very tasty indeed then. We're on board with Steve and he has gone purple in sector 1 then. Oh my goodness me then. Coming through left field. That's what I was saying there. It's a two-part turn and before the rain rudely interrupted me, more like I interrupted myself. Going over the whole grid hatch as well, and see it's very close to our bar there, isn't there? Now come and look at that. That is a lot of rain quite quickly on, isn't it? What do you expect? Oh, he's invalidated this time. Steve's been on pole position for 3 times this season. Is under the caution now with 2 minutes to go. Is this rain going to save Steve? That is the question. Toon fans out on track at the moment. Sam is also on track as well. We've also got Fizzy who's in the drop zone. We're flying up through the gears and Toon fans just started on. Timmy's also started some. So here comes Fizzy then. Look at him. Oh, that's a Toro Rosso that just goes so in the background as well. I think it was the championship leader. Fizzy 6100 second up. What is that doing for him? Now it's going to move into 9th position. Oh my goodness me then. And that was a racing point there. Just get out of the way then. Now here comes Fizzy then. And that was Steve who was of course I think it validated his time, didn't he? Look at that rain. Look at the raindrops on the camera here. Fizzy coming through the final turn as well and going almost over the sleeping policeman. This is the final corner and he is 9th fastest, so that he's still he's still in danger. Sam there. Oh, he's dropped off the pace. He's got to go round one more time. Toon is flinging through cops as well. We got Timmy as well. Here comes Timmy now. Look at him feathering the floor as well, and he's coming to DRS zone now. Where is he? There he is, right on the money there from Timmy. Timmy is a big name player in IRC Super, but he's under the caution, isn't he? We've also got Toon who's very quick as well, isn't he? Sam who's also on the cusp, well, and Fizzy. The top 8 are in the pits, so they think that it's too wet out there. Remember, Fernando Alonso, of last time he was there, fastest in a qualifying session was a wet dry session in 2017 or 18. I think it was 17 actually, wasn't it? Timmy goes for the final turn. Where does he go? He's still in the 13th position then at the moment. He's still in the 29s. As I take a breath, here comes Toon. Toon is still 11th as well. He's a 10th second improvement. Oh, My goodness me, and he is 4/10 of a second down. Sam might be able to get through. Yellow flag it. Whoa! And Toon is in the wall then. And, oh, lovely shot here from the Ferrari suspension there. Absolutely beautiful stuff as well then. But, as Toon is doing a bit of a moonwalk there, I've got to say, that's an impressive dance there from Toon now. The impact was so great, he is edging back there as well. Timmy is not giving up though, is he? Well, of course he isn't. It's, Timmy, can he spoil Sam's dates there? That's the question then. And I think that we're going to have a wet quali free, aren't we? Oh my goodness me then. So who is going to tame the water? Who is the man who's going to ride the wave, isn't he? Timmy, unfortunately, isn't. He is going to be out of qualified, unfortunately. Wow, that is a huge name. So listen to these drivers that have been knocked out of quali 2. We have lost Snap, we have lost Timmy, we have lost Hog, and we've also lost Toon as well. Both Ferraris are out of qualifying at the second juncture. My goodness me then. Yeah, so Toon saying, I think he has just echoed my thoughts as well. The rain was unexpected there. Of course, the clouds were looking very suspect, weren't they? But yeah, today wouldn't really believe it was going to have rain. Well, perhaps cool. I'm wondering if it just didn't show up on the radar, perhaps then. Well, unfortunately, that is 4 names that is unfortunately dropped out of quali 2 then. As Timmy there just comes into the pit centre, and I think the McLaren team are going to be very disappointed to have both cars out of qualifying before we've even got the Q3. And I think that they're going to have to get out there very quickly, aren't they? Because this light rain at the moment there, and one of them is going to try and go onto the dry tyres as quickly as possible for Q3. Yeah, I think it's on the border at the moment. So we're just waiting for the session 10 there. As Sam there is on track. We're on board with Sam then, and I got to say that is very close to the intermediate tyres, isn't it? Is someone going to go there and gamble on the dry tyres? Well, this is going to get very tasty indeed then. So Sam is the final man through into qualifying 3 as he comes into Stowe. And so out of qualifying, let's just confirm he's out of qualifying. 14th position is Hog, 13th is Timmy, 12th is Snap, and Toon is in 11th fastest then. So those are the guys that are out of quality too. Then going into qualifying 3 then. Oh, sorry, we have Sam. Oh dear. Excuse me. We have Sam, we have Fizzy, Steve, T Sammy, we have Woody, Sprint, Harry, Matt, Roscoe, and Maxio all through into qualifying 3 then. It's going to get very tasty indeed then, isn't it? So let's go through into qualifying 3, which starts in just a few moments. Lucas has just joined us on the stream as well. Good evening, Sean. Go T Sammy. Good evening, Lucas. Hope you're well on this fine Thursday afternoon. And I gotta say, I think T Sammy would be absolutely loving these weather conditions as well. This might actually change then the prediction of qualifying. Then T Sammy is good in the wet, isn't he? He loves the rain, doesn't he? T Sammy does. And so yeah, this is gonna get very interesting indeed, isn't it? So really, I'm really looking forward to this. And the guys, this is on pole position then. Open on pole position in this qualifying 2 session has been T Sammy and Matt, and also Roscoe as well. I apologise, Roscoe, I almost missed you out there. So yeah, of course, that Steve was the other man on pole position, but unfortunately he is out of qualifying. Intermediate tyres for Fitz already. We've got guys gambling on the dry tyres, so look at them all, they're all out on the dry tyres, apart from Fitz at the moment. That is the only way to go, isn't it? And as we're coming out on track now as well, then as you can see, a lovely shot there of the Italian flag and the British flag there. Woody is out on track then, and we're just getting right on board here. We've got a bit of lag going on as well. Steve, Toon just said that's better not be a sign of the good old coronavirus. Sure, we can't lose the King commentator. Oh, don't worry, anyone can replace me. But no, I hope not. I think it's just me swallowing for the read. I'll get too excited and struggle to breathe and do anything normal. So we're just as Woody is coming down then on the back straight as well, and so we're going to get ready to get qualified just 3 minutes. We're on our lap at the moment. Then Woody is the first man on track coming through left field right now in the Haas set. And got me the most of that last time because they've gone back to the traditional colours. Well, it got me the most of F1 in general, really, at the moment, haven't you? You got to make the most of Formula 1 anyway at the moment. Sorry, my workers texted me then, but we'll worry about them later on. so just watching Woody come out on track. But so Fizzy might have done an absolute stormer of might have actually took a blinder of a decision here by going on to. is going on to the intermediate tires. Sorry, work keeps texting me. But anyway, enough about that. Yeah, so I think yeah, Fizzy might have done an absolute. Steve's retired from the session. Steve's retired from the session. Oh my goodness me! I know what is going on there for Steve. He's gone off at the inside of Cop's corner. So Steve, who was in this qualifying session, so I didn't even count him. He's all the 4 poles. It was a bit in pole position before. I completely lost my head in this session. I apologise, guys. And look, there he is. He's on the inside. He is done. It's the car is done. He is out of qualifying. Wow, that is a huge that's a huge blow for Steve. And look at this, we got racing. Matt's got on the inside. Oh no, Matt and Woody have come to blows and they're desperate to be in front of each other, aren't they? Oh my goodness me, Matt poking his nose out on the inside. It's Matt's gonna have to carry on going because this is the best of the it's gonna be the best of the conditions, isn't it? As here comes Matt going down the Wellington straight as well, and of course DRS is available still. So let's see what do. Fizzy's on track as well. Woody's retired from the session then. Woody is out there, so we've lost 2 cars already in just under 4 minutes in the session. My goodness me there. This is going to get very, very interesting indeed then, isn't it? Matt is coming over the old start grid outside. Look at his teammates in the background as well. Max was fantastic in the cup last week, wasn't he? He was absolutely brilliant, wasn't he? As we got the old flag in one then. Matt going wide then, but it's all good for the moment. It's all good for the moment then. And he is now on board with Matt, Matt as well. Look how much gingerly he's going as well, isn't he? I drive quite gingerly, but that's because I'm a ginger. As look at this, he's still got the other side. That is a lot of rain, isn't it? Look at the car, look at the raindrops there on the chassis of the Red Bull. Here he comes, and he's coming down into stow as well. Flicks it into the right-hander as well, feathering around the 100-mile-an-hour mark. Not going too wide. Maxi is looking quicker on this lap than his teammate is. Look how much closer he is compared to the start of this lap then. This is the last couple of quarters as well. Now Fizzy there is where is Fizzy? He's down the back straight. Matt is coming through. He is on pole position at the moment, but Maxi is on pole position as well then. So no, we can only have one pole sitter. Sam is invalidated as lap there. Fizzy, where is he doing? He's on the intermediate tires as oh, and Fizzy there getting a bit too, oh, he's done, he's gone around, Fizzy's gone around there, and I don't think the intermediate times they get on the loud pedal too early. Fizzy's only third fastest, Sam is invalidated, so it's going to go around again. Where's T-Sammy? T-Sammy is starting again then. DRS has been disabled here. Roscoe's on the lap there. Where's Sprint? Sprint is also on starting as well. Here comes Roscoe the Scotsman. It's a Red Bull 1-2 at this race at the moment, and my goodness me then. Here he comes into the final couple of course. Well, he's gone wide. He's missed the apex there, hasn't he? Roscoe accelerated. Oh my goodness me there. Colin McRae be happy with that kind of slide. Impressive. Roscoe comes over to the line. He goes third fastest. Displaces Fizzy down the fourth fence. Sam is on that moan. T-Sam there is coming through left field. Just finished left field. Sprint there is just in front of T-Sam. So flicks it through Cops. Look at how much slower they're going in Cops then. That's how much more difficult than conditions started on board once again with Sprint then. As look at the rain. Look at the rain then. I think it's too wet now for the dry tires then. There's Maxi just in front of Simone. He is going for his first pole position there of his IRC Super career. Absolutely stellar stuff from Maxi in the Red Bull. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Coming down the back straight side. There's Matt just in front of us as well then. Of course the birthday boy himself as we're coming out of Stowe as well. And now coming to the final couple of corners as well. Let's see what he can do then. As I said as well, like a few times I didn't I? Look at how much more difficult it is there. Car 93 in the Mercedes said, this is the last corner. Where is he going to go? Harry's on the intermediate tires as well. Sprint goes into full fast. So he displaces Fizzy, who's a 10th for a second up there on the Alpha. Look at that. He's got wide again there. Fizzy has on board with him. Fizzy took a chance on the intermediate tires. It hasn't paid off at the moment. Will it pay off this time around? He will improve. He goes at the third fastest there for Fizzy, and he's on the second row of the grid. Here comes Sam. He goes, oh, he's invalidated this time. He's gone too wide. T-Sammy is in the pits. Oh my goodness me. Sam is retired from the session, and Harry is on an outlap at the moment then. As Toon says, the issue is it's going to be intermediate tyre race. I have a dry setup. We'll see you in the wall somewhere. Oh, so is it going to be? Oh, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? I think intermediate tyre race. So it's a Toon saying that there's going to be some rain in the air for the race. And possibly Harry's invalidated his time now for Harry, and Slim, of course, the IRC veteran as well. Then he's like part of the furniture, hasn't he? He's been around for so long. Of course, who's been having a very successful season. Third season in Elite, hasn't he? He's been impressive to say the least. Slim, that's incredible. But he's saying the track is very moist, and indeed it is. It's like the track is very much how much I like my water. I like my water moist as well. As Harrison Valdez time is going to have to go around again, unfortunately as well. That is a lot of water there on track now, and Slim is definitely not wrong at all. That is a very, very moist track indeed. Then it's great to have all you viewers here tonight, and absolutely brilliant so as well. We're loving your contribution in the comments there. We're loving your watching us as well. Watching the Super Boys in action as well. Unfortunately, we didn't have Elite last night, do we? Because of the awful things going on in the world right now. And it was great. And I gotta say, absolutely good, very good decision there from Matt and Dave to be as fair as they could there to the Elite drivers. And so hats off to that for absolutely good stuff indeed there. Of course, some of the Elite drivers couldn't participate, which would have been very unfair, wouldn't it? Because the Elite is so close, isn't it, at the moment? Harry is not very close to the apex there, though, is he? My goodness me, there. Flown off the track there. But yeah, the Elite is so close at the moment, isn't it? He's spinning around! And oh my goodness me! And Harry there, you can see, he was just trying to, you think he just spun it, he was struggling there, wasn't he, out of the second turn, I should say. And unfortunately for Harry, that's not gone at all well, has it, in the Renault. But potentially there, he's just got to keep going now, hasn't he? His T. Sammy is back out on track, man. He's on an outlap mode. Harry is carrying on then. He hasn't invalidated his time, but this time it's not going to be very impressive at all then, is it? Going back to the Elite then, yeah, that's what you're saying then, the Elite then, I can't even get away from the coronavirus, can I? There's emails coming up as well now. Yeah, of course, they're... Well done to Matt and Dave there for postponing the Elite race. Of course, it's disappointing for the rest of the guys, but it's the fairest decision, really, wasn't it? Because the Elite is so close at the moment, isn't it? It's so nip and tuck between first and the bottom of the table. Is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? It's it really is. It's I'm trying to think. It's like watching Rallycross, isn't it? Really, that's how close these guys are. It's impressive, isn't it? And Rallycross only races around like 4 or 5 laps, doesn't it? We race have 50% in the actual Formula race. It's incredible, isn't it? Anyway, enough about me nattering away. We've got Toon there saying wouldn't be Britain without a bit of rain. No, it definitely wouldn't. Of course, I think that's basically standard British weather, isn't it? Really, isn't it? Summer rains and all that kind of stuff. Harry there is just coming through to complete as a lap now in the Renault then. So car 85, and that's a Red Bull just in front of us. Well, I think that's Matt. It is Matt who's second on the grid at the moment then. I think the best of the conditions are gone. I wonder if there's a bit of practice in the end to see as Harry goes 6 fastest. I wonder if this is practice there to see what the conditions are going to be like for the race as well. I don't really know what the race conditions are going to be like, but it's going to be good to watch, isn't it? I'm really looking forward to it. Here comes T. Salmon then coming out of the loop as well then. Remember, the Matt, he is the wet weather king, isn't he? But unfortunately, it's come at a wrong time for him, hasn't it? At this stage at the moment then, T. Salmon then. But if it rains in the race then, my goodness me, he's going to surely be one of the men. Even if he is might not be on the front row or the second row, possibly might squeeze onto the third row of Harry's time. They're not very competitive in the 6th position, and so I wonder if T. Salmon might be aiming for 6. He might be aiming for higher, actually. Who knows? So we're on board as Salmon's just put in the chat there. He's hoping he's hoping it's not raining the race there. And Brown has just confirmed it is raining, and Toon has just said it's intermediates there. So yeah, we do have a sprinkle of the wet stuff in the rain then, and T. Salmon will be loving that. Look at the raindrops there. I hope I haven't got hiccups. That's going to be an interesting broadcast, isn't it? But yeah, there's raindrops all over that camera there, wasn't it? On board then with T. Salmon as he's coming down the back straight. Then you can see there's a bit of slipstream he's trying to pick up from Fizzy. Fizzy is coming in front of the boat then. T. Salmon coming into Stowe. Let's see what he can do then. Here he comes up to the line now then. Here he goes. He's got 5 more corners to go then. He has nailed that beautifully well. Look how difficult it is to drive in these intermediate conditions. There's so much more more tricky, isn't it? This is the last corner. Where's he going to squeeze? He's going to go. That's a very good time. That's second. An impressive time there for T. Sammy. My goodness me, this man can walk on water. Absolutely fantastic driving there. Oh, he's almost out of spin there. Wow, what a time there. He is within a second of Maxi's time, and Maxi's time was done with much more the dry conditions were much more dry than that. That's absolutely incredible stuff there from T. Sammy. Wow, hats off to you, sir. Brilliant stuff indeed. Roscoe has retired from the session. Oh my goodness me, he's had a big old smash in turn one, hasn't he? He's done a Roman Grosjean by the looks there. As he is he is kind of parked on the outside there. I think he's parked up early. I can call it a day. What's Harry doing? Harry is just starting another lap as well. Matt is also on a lap as well. So that is time has finished then. So far we got the two former elite drivers at his first and second at the moment. That's looking very tasty indeed then, isn't it? Matt is going for another run. Roscoe's called it a day there. So listen to this. Red Bull 1, Toro Rosso 2, Toro Rosso 3, Red Bull 40. Once again then it is going to be a battle between the energy drinks, isn't it, so to speak? One from Britain, one from Italy. So of course they used to be the teams formerly known as Minardi and Jaguar. Isn't it funny, isn't it? Of course, I think the Red Bull team started off as Stewart, didn't they? They started life off as Stewart. Incredible stuff, isn't it? Here comes Matt then coming down the back straight as well then, and gotta say then this is gonna be very interesting indeed then. Slim said T. Sammy for the win, Maxi second, and Matt in for a position then. So that is Slim's for prediction for pole position then here in the British Grand Prix. Of course, the league had the British Grand Prix last week, didn't they? Whilst of course Super had the Super Cup, didn't they? Of course, Maxi won that Super Cup. So up to that point now, Matt goes third fastest. Good stuff there, and Slim, wow, absolutely good stuff indeed there. Predicted right down to a T there, didn't he? Slim did. Matt going up to third fast there and just rejigging those positions around then, and Slim reckons that Team Sammy 1, Maxi 2 and Matt 3. Looking forward to that for the race. That's going to be good stuff indeed. Harry moves over to fourth for the good stuff from Harry. Get himself in the fifth position. I've got to say, Harry's had a renaissance of such recently, hasn't he? Brilliant stuff there from the Renault driver. Fizzy is in sixth position. Sprint is in seventh. Sam in eighth position there. No Mercedes fourth row. Good stuff indeed there. Woody in ninth position, and Steve, who unfortunately is time as he was in the hedge after visiting the hedge at Cops Corner, unfortunately then. So Matt then, the birthday boy, is third at the moment. He's going to celebrate his birthday with a podium or maybe even a win as well. It's going to be very interesting to say the least, isn't it? So let's take a look then at the final classification then from qualifying 3 then. On pole position then is Maxi for his first pole position then of his IRC career. Brilliant stuff there from Maxi, fantastic. T. Sammy, lap of the day, I think. That was an absolutely incredible lap there from T. Sammy. The conditions were much worse, wasn't they, than the start of qualifying, and T. Sammy got on to second position. Brilliant stuff there. Matt in third position there with Ross going fourth then. Harry and Fizzy fifth and sixth. Looking forward to that battle. That's going to be great. Sprint and Sam seventh and eighth for Mercedes fourth row. Looking good. Ninth is Woody and 10th position is Steve then. A lovely bit of sunshine here in Northampton, but unfortunately, by the sounds of it, we ain't gonna have we ain't got much sunshine for the race, then, is it? So we are now getting ready for the race, and this is the build-up. Then this is what you've all come to see. Then the main event. Then 26 laps. Oh, look at that! Then there is rain. Then we have a bit of blue sky over there as well, though. So I'm wondering how long this rain's going to last for. Is it going to be a full wet race, or are we going to have some variable weather conditions, which I think is the best weather conditions, but it's a bit variable. And I'm looking forward to this then, because that is I would say that's a little harder than light rain, to be honest. I think it's still going to be the intermediate tyres that they're going to be racing on as well. You can see I don't think this race's going to last too much longer with that blue sky though, as I've got a bit of cramp at the moment, so apologise as I'm trying to stretch my leg and stand up because I got too excited about qualifying, and yeah, so that's not a good start, is it? So yeah, anyway then, you can see that, and that is a lot of water on the track there, isn't it? So this is going to get very, very it's going to be absolutely it's going to be a challenge to the maximum for these drivers. There's 20 cars, 26 laps around Silverstone then. Here we go then. Let's go for the grid, shall we? From front to back, from first to 20th then. Here we go then. Well, before I do then, Tuna said is entire intermediate racer forecast, but you never know. And Jan van Den Brink, come on guys, let's have an incredible race. Indeed we will. Pole position then is Max's first pole position of his career in car 96. Fantastic stuff. Alongside him is T Sammy. Good front row, I'm loving that. Third position is Matt with fourth position Roscoe. Fifth position is Harry. Sixth position is Fizzy. And Frank Media said, come on Fizzy. Good stuff indeed then. Seventh position is Sprint with Sam in 8th position. 9th position is Woody. 10th position is Steve. 11th position is Toon. 12th position is Snap. 13th position is Timmy. Hog in 14th. Sven is in 15th position. PB 16th. JJ is 17th there. And I think he got left behind by the looks. There's no one in sight. Brown in 18th position. Asdog way down in 19th position. And Double in 20th position as well then. 26 laps around here as well. And I've got to say that's a lot of water on the track there, isn't it? And yeah, it's a lot wetter than what it was in the qualifying session. It's going to be very difficult time. It's going to be a very challenging race to say the least. Yeah, Jan van Den Brink has just said, come on, sprint then. Sprint in 7th position moment, isn't it? Sprint members had I think the Sprint's had a very good season so far. Remember, this is his first full season in IRC, isn't it? Remember, and I think he's had a very good. Season so far, Sprint as well. So I would say very impressive. Sprint is definitely one to watch out for the future, isn't he? In IRC Super, and could potentially be a championship contender in the next season or the season after. Remember, this is season 7 of IRC Super, isn't it? It's been going on for a very long time now. I think the debut season was back in on the 2016 game, wasn't it? My goodness me, and how these cars have changed over the last couple of years. Then really good stuff indeed. Then, and of course. We've still got the likes of double Matt and as a cornerstone of the drivers that was there right from the beginning. So the tension is building, and we're on board double. He is 20th on the grid, then car 97 then. And he is, of course, he's a man that likes to tinker around with his car setup, isn't he? He likes to get it right. Then double there is in a cute angle there. We are just waiting for the lights to come on. Then a lovely shot here. That's a cracking shot. Then we're just waiting for it. The tensions building, the drama is building. We are waiting for it. The rain is coming down. Then we are waiting for those lights. There they are. We got 3. We got 4. We got 5. There's a pause, and let's go. And it's a good start there from Max. And there's also a good start for Timmy, and Fizzy is up in the 5th position already. Fantastic start. Steve is dropping up the positions as well. They come through turn 1 then, and are they all through? No, there's a car off the track. There's a car off the track. Sven is off the track. There's also McLaren off the track as well. Sven is right off the track. He's in the gravel there. That's a Toro Rosso. Roscoe's spinning around already then. As our Tatum face to face, there's a Renault flat off. The 2 Renaults have come together. Harry and Sprint has come together. There's a Haas got off the track as well. Steve's involved as well. Oh dear, that's a wingless Renault then. Oh my goodness me, an appalling start then as they come down the hanging straight, and no, then the hanging straight is the Wednesday straight then, as there's a Redder there who's had a problem. Then Hog, Sprint, Brown, then Asdog is also in the front position. Asdog's had a fantastic start. He's becoming in front of him. Woody's off the track. Woody is off the track. That's come down the hanging straight. Toon is up in the 5th position then. Oh, him and Sam are going side by side. Oh my goodness me, they always look clear as they go into Comset. Toon is free. Oh, Sam looking left. He's on the outside. A fantastic move there from Sam. But Toon is all over his gearbox. Oh my goodness, he can drive. He can always draw the diffuser there. It's a flick through. Maggot's Peg is coming into Chapel as well. As let's just take a look at the position changes. Look at this. Roscoe trying to come back from the field after having a spin there. Come through the loop then. We're on board there with Roscoe as well. Sprint is got by Sam. Snap, sorry, I moved up into them position. Steve is also got by Harry. Harry is dropping down the order. I'm not sure if Harry's got no wing or something, but both runners came together. We got position changes all over the show, though, haven't we? As they come down and look at Steve. Steve's got damage to the wings as well, but Harry's also, there's a lot of wing damage out there at the moment. As we're on board then, as Max is at the fast outrage into the pits, there comes stop then. As who's Roscoe spun it? Roscoe and Toon have come together then. Roscoe's trying to get himself back around then. And look at that racing point. Oh, and Aston, there's doing no hands going for 2, and that's a Ferrari. And look, where's Alstock? Alstock's through up to 11th position, but the Williams is coming back through and Brown. Wow, incredible. So, Sven has got a 3-second penalty. Woody's retired from the race. He is the first retirement here in this British Grand Prix. Oh, we got Harry and Hogg. Hogg is through. Hogg is up into 8th position. Good 17. Alstock is through. And up into, and look at this. We got sprinters coming on the inside of Harry. Is he? Where's Harry? Harry is given just enough space there. And Harry is in opposition for yellow flags are fluttering as it is for Woody's car, who's unfortunately retired on the circuit then as well then. So that's retired in the pits, and so that's a shame now for Woody there, as we seen him in the gravel there, didn't we? What a shame now for Woody. He's a Haas until he's the first retirement after lap 2. No, there's 2 Williams is there. They're very close company, Brown and PB there in the Williams there, isn't it? So then we'll just take a look up and down the field. T. Salmon there is all over the back. Then this is the battle for lead. Then it's the big winners from that. Hog up 6 positions, 8 positions there for us. So flying through the field like hot. No, for Brown up 6 positions as well. Roscoe's down 17 positions there. He's had a bit of a horror first 2 laps there, hasn't he? Roscoe's unfortunate coming through to complete a lap 2 then. A good start so far. And I'm seeing electric start in the British Grand Prix. Sprint is up the inside. No, he's up the outside. Going into Stowe. But Harry, where is he? We're on board. There was sprint. Where's Harry? Harry is on the outside. Then we're on board. Look left. Where's our Mercedes? Harry's gone wide. Where is the sprint then? We're looking for sprints. Oh my goodness, look at the action there from the nose cone there. There's the runner there. He is still through at the moment. And look who's in the background. It's Alstock coming from the back of the grid up into 11th position already there. And there's Hogg there just serenely going through turn 1 and 2. Roscoe's retired from the race then. Roscoe is out of the race, and what a shame then. And where is that then? That is where is Roscoe? Roscoe is he's gone off in the final sector. Verge safety car's out. Steve's got by Sam as well. So unfortunately for Roscoe, he is out of this British Grand Prix. Then we're just on board then with Snap then. Roscoe's left for session there. So a shame then is we're having all sorts of shenanigans going on here then, as we are under a virtual safety car then, so you must adhere to a delta time then. So you got to adhere to a delta time, and you cannot go over that delta time, otherwise you will get a drive-through penalty, which is not what you wanted there. We'll be back racing in just a few moments. We are back racing here in Silverstone. The battle for lead is now under a 10th of a second, then, isn't it? As Aston has just dropped off the battle there, isn't it? We'll keep an eye on that, but I want to have a look at this battle here. Because, oh no, T. Sammy leads the race. I have missed it. Oh no, I can't believe it. T. Sammy takes the lead of the British Grand Prix, finishing up into 4th position. Or is he? We're on board with Matt, and Matt has got so much more straight line speed. He's going up the inside, down into Stowe. Here's back up in the 3rd. Fizzy's hanging on the outside. Look at that. Look right. Oh my goodness me. Oh, Matt is off. Matt is off. He's in the wall. There was contact. Matt has damaged the Red Bull. He's going to have to come in the pits, I think. He is coming in the pits then, so Matt is in the pits. Fizz and Max is in the pits. Well, I've got 2 Red Bulls in the pits then. It's got to roll for the Red Bull. Maxie's in the pits then for the Red Bull team then. Matt is in the pits as well. Toon is up in the 3rd position. Good stuff then. Yeah, Maxie's got damage to the nose cone. I'm not sure if that was himself and T. Sammy perhaps, and Matt is coming into the pits as well, and so you can see that the Red Bull mechanics just opening up then as he is in the pits, and Toon is dropping down the order. Toon has got a problem. Toon has had a problem now, and then he is dropping down the order as well, so he's watching the Red Bulls then. So that's unfortunate. There we go. Yellow flag in 1 now. I'm not sure if it's for 2 or not. Roscoe's retired from the race. Woody's out of the race as well. Smart is dropping down into 15th position there. He's still in the pits. As I said in qualifying, it's a long pit lane this is, isn't it? You don't really want to be in the pit lane out of strategy or that kind of stuff. Sprint is up the inside of Toon. But look at this then. Toon now swoops back through. Snap has got a 3-second penalty around. Look at this then. Sprint is all over the back of him. Look at Alstock. Have a look on the inside. Alstock's got 4 wing then, as the in 8th position. T-Sam's got a 4-second lead then over Fizzy at the moment. Oh my goodness me, Alstock staying on the inside. Oh my goodness me, on board then with Alstock. Is he going to have a look into Stowe? No, it's Cops. I apologise, I'm getting those corners mixed up then. And is he going to have a good old run at the moment? Remember, no DRS then, so it's going to be a more bona fide overtake then, isn't it, here in Silverstone? Lap 4 of 26 then. My goodness me, it's going to be a hard race, this one is, isn't it? There's a 2 fan is now now found his feet again, and he is now starting to pull away from Sprint as well. Sprint, I think, is going to be more concerned about about what's going on behind him at the moment, isn't he? And also we got Brown, who is very close to Harry and PB. Both Williams are looking very strong at this stage of the race. Good stuff indeed then. Fantastic from both Williams drivers there at this moment in time. Williams said, as I said in the build-up, and a Hog there is just in front as well. So we might have a bit of a queue starting from behind him. Well done to Sam. He's in full position, looking very strong there, isn't he? In full position, Sam at the moment. He's probably loving life up there. Steve has had a fantastic drive. He's at the third at the moment. Then Fizzy is in second, and T Sammy is leading this race at the moment. Of course, the man who wants his wet weather tonight, and he has got it, hasn't he? And he is looking good up there at the moment. So Harry and and Brown there. I thought Brown was going off into seeing the accident there, wasn't he? Oh, and look at Harry there. He's having a bit of trouble there, wasn't he? Coming out of the farm there, wasn't he? But he's all right. He's all right at the moment now, isn't he? Back on board then as Hog is through. No, sorry, it's a Ferrari. It's Ferrari. It's a Ferrari dueling at the moment. Hog is trying to keep on the outside, but Toon is through, passes his teammate, and moves up into fifth position. Good move there from Toon. Then he's looking good then in the Ferrari, isn't he? So now Sprint there is also starting to get on the back as well. Harry going into AI mode there, and Matt is past Timmy. Timmy is struggling down the for this moment. He's had a bit of a nightmare event. Timmy is at the moment, isn't he? In the McLaren, he is really struggling out there. Timmy is in 17th position then, on board with Brown. Taking a couple of corrections of the car, a couple of bites of the cherry, isn't he? Brown he's flicking it through Cop set. I love these on-board action at the moment there for the Williams drivers. Looking good indeed then. Look at how difficult it is out there at the moment with this rain at the moment. That's I've got to say, it's borderline. It's borderline at wet tyres, isn't it? But these guys do a fantastic job on the intermediate tyre. T-Tyre is setting them down fast on the race. Now Brown is gaining. He's in the slipstream. He pulls out from the slipstream. He's up the inside. He passes Harry. He has taken 9th position away from the Renault driver. Where is Harry? Harry is hanging on the outside. Oh my goodness me, they're so close again. What battle in here? And Brown swoops on the outside. A fantastic maneuver there from Brown. Oh, Brown is almost swamped it. Harry has to brake him to avoid the Williams there. And very good reaction there from Harry. But Harry is gaining. He's got overtaken the turn one. Wow, he's got. I wonder if Brown let him back through. Oh, a bit of ghosting going on there as well. Where is Brown there? Brown is big out position slightly because PB is out on the inside as well. No, PB there just backs outside, and we got a double cream cap behind us as well. There he is in the house there, and he is starting to get very interested in this battle as well. As Dog Sprint is now. Oh my goodness me, the both Williams is almost one car at the moment. Remember the 8-wheeler that was being towed around in the 80s. And look at this, and turn, and now then it's Sprint, it's Hog, and I'm falling away into low field. As Dog's having a look, double and JJ is from position as well. My goodness me, what a race! As Dog's having a time for this, he passes Sprint, he is through, and look at that! Oh my goodness me, it's a party going in the cops. Not quite, as Hog's still in 6th position, Asdog's still in 7th position, then yellow flag, as whoa, who's that? That's Maxi! Maxi is on the track! Sven is retired from the race then! Maxi is reversing out of the ground then. Oh, what a shame then for the man who won the cup. Virtual safety car. We got another virtual safety car in this race then, as Tippy there is in 17th position at the moment then. Shredder's left the session there. Into the pits comes Steve then. So I think Steve's got damage, hasn't he? Steve's got a 5-second penalty. Oh my goodness me, if it doesn't rain it pours, doesn't it? But he's coming into the pits. A drive-through penalty for Brown. Oh my gosh! Asdog has gone straight to the back of Hog. We caught Asdog is spinning as well. Oh, it's a bit chaotic under the virtual safety car. And oh dear. Asdog has damaged the car, hasn't he? That is a lot of damage there as well. Steve's coming out of the pits now there, but yeah, Asdog there. I think Hog must have braked suddenly, and when he was under the safety car. But that is unfortunate for us, so he's damaged the car. So here comes Harry there in the 8th position then with PB in 9th position. We're back racing. I apologise. I should have said that earlier. I was distracted by what's going on in the virtual safety car. So we're keeping on where Steve comes out. He comes out of 11th position at the moment then. Hog is now under pressure there. He's under more than pressure there. Sprint moves out to 5th position. Mercedes having a good race today in 5th and 3rd position then. Hog dropping down to 6th position at the moment. Is he going to have a lunge? No, he ain't going to have a lunge then. So Sprint moving up to 5th position there. Has Hog got damage? He has got damage there to the left of the left front wing end plate there. So that's unfortunate there. from Hog then at the moment. So I'll just take a quick look then. So let's lap 7 then. I think this is a good opportunity there just to take stock of what is going on in this race. We've lost 3 cars in this race. Maxie's back in the pits, and the man who's on pole position all the way down in second position mode. Having a bit of a horror show. Lap 7, T Sammy leads there by 5 points well, almost 6 seconds there. Fizzy in second position, Sam in third, Toon in fourth, Sprint is in fifth position, Hog is sixth. There we got a bit of blue sky there. 7th position is Astor, she's gone to the back of Hog and damaged the car quite considerably. Harry is 8th position, PB in 9th, good stuff there. 10th position is Double, Steve 11th, Snap 12th, Matt in 13th position, Brown down in 14th, Timmy 15th, JJ in 16th position, and 17th position is Max at the moment. Just taking a look at the leader there at the moment. So he has got a very good big gap. Well, he's got a 6-second gap over Fizzy in second position. Brown's got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Sam is 12 seconds back from Fizzy at the moment and in third position, but Sam is having an absolutely splendid drive out there. Absolutely splendid stuff there from Sam there, really is that. And so just coming through left field as well then. T Sam is at the moment, and he's going a bit wide then. You can see he's taking more of a karting line. T Sam is at the moment. He's loving these conditions. Let's go on board the race leader, and he is just enjoying life around Silverstone. Is he at the moment? Absolutely fantastic stuff. This will be T Sammy's 6th win in 10 races. Oh, as we got Double there who's just been passed there by Steve, and he has moved up into 10th position. Aston has gone by Hog, and he has moved up into 6th position. Hog has braked much later than. Remember, these two clashed under the virtual safety car. Now Aston is through and up into 6th position. He's still got wing damage. Aston is, but Aston's done an incredible job. Aston to come through the field there. Harry is the next man on. Hog is Harry's the next man. The Hog's got to be concerned by is on board the Renault driver right now. Then. So well, we was enjoyed we was enjoying on board footage there with T Simon, but unfortunately nothing really stands still for so long in the IRC Super, does it? Because as soon as we was doing that, we was out of action, wasn't we? Harry's now gaining on Hog. Hog is really strong in this stage race. T Simon setting up fast on the race. He is going for a Grand Slam here. Well, he would go for a Grand Slam here, but of course he didn't get pole position, did he? But probably the best lap of the night now. So obviously fantastic lap. Hog is struggling really badly at the moment, isn't he? He's dropping down the order now after an incredible opening start to this race. Harry's through. He's up the inside. He passes Hog. Oh, and Hog and Harry probably touched a bit of wheels there, didn't they? But Harry is up into 7th position, and Hog is down into 8th bed in the Ferrari. Harry's gone wide there. Oh, and he's going to have more of an acute angle then. Hog is going to have a look then. Is he going into the final turn? But I think Harry should be away then. Yeah, Hog really struggling this stage of the race though, isn't he? He's really struggling with the pace, isn't he, in that Ferrari? And I think there is a lot of damage there on the end plate. Look at that. He takes 2 bites of the cherry to go into turn 1, doesn't he? Look at the understeer on that Ferrari. It's not just the wet wear conditions. That's also damage to the front wing as we go into the loop then. Who is next on PB is only 2 seconds back as well as look at how much he struggles there. It's incredible, isn't it? It's incredible just what a bit of carbon fiber does and how much it just makes it so much easier there, doesn't it? To makes it so much easier to turn the car down as well. I love a shot there from Steve there, and look at Steve in the background there, really starting to reel the guys in there. Steve is just coming to pit, so he's got a fresh set of intermediate tires. And talking of pitting in a fresh set of tyres, what is Maxi said the fastest up the race, and he is down in 70th position. He will not get that fastest up as it starts at the moment. He needs to gain 7 positions. He needs to be in 10th position, which is what Steve's holding at the moment then. And look at these guys are really starting to bunch up. Then Matt is all over the back of Snap for 12th position as well. Matt is also on a comeback try as well. And look, PB there, it's having a look at Hog then. Oh my goodness me, they're all starting to bunch up here. Oh wow, this is going to get very interesting. Oh, PB got off the ground side. Steve had to break much earlier than he wanted to then, as they're going to be batted away there, isn't they? Hog is really strong. Look at that. Look at how much he's gone back. I wonder if his tires are cooked. Do you reckon his tires are cooked there? Oh, and PB going onto the grass or going onto the mud there. That's not going to get much traction purchase, are you? Coming down and into stall. Spree is up into, oh my goodness, he had a bit of a contact over the Ferrari, I think. The Ferrari there. Oh, look at the speed that Steve's got. My goodness, the Ferrari's still got the outside. Steve's got the inside. This is incredible camera work here. And look, the Hog has still got 8th position road. Steve is down at 9. Well, look at that car. My goodness me. That was an incredible shot of Hog's rear. Brilliant stuff as they came over the line. Hog is up and down into 9th position. And Harry just comes through turn 1. Steve is up into 8th position. Where's on P? PB is off the track. Oh my goodness, he comes back on and he's off again. Harry doubled over the 10th position. PB trying to recover there. I gotta say, he did a very good job there, not to go off, fly off to the right hand side there. Good stuff from PB. Unfortunately, it's not good. It's going to be a crumb of comfort though, isn't it? Because unfortunately, he's lost so much time now, hasn't he? He's really struggling now, isn't he? Snap is going to be seeing very. Oh, as we got some action there. Toon is got behind Sprint. Yes, Toon is behind Sprint, and Sprint is over the 4th position. He's having a fantastic race there as the Sprint is. You can see there is much more of a drier line, and Timmy is struggling out there. I recognise a lot of damage to that from McLaren. McLaren now. He's a really strong now. It's unusual there for Timmy, isn't he? But he's back on the back of Brown then as well as they're battling away. We're just keeping an eye on this battle as well. But now let's go back to this battle here, because this battle's becoming a titanic one, isn't it? For 14th and 15th position there. Brown and Timmy there battling away. We've also got PB, who's dropped down into 12th position there as a double. Sorry, Snap has moved up into 11th position as well then. Wow, look at that. What a shot here. You can see the blue sky is teasing us at the moment. We keep seeing a hint of blue sky, but at the moment there's no sign. There is no sign of the rain abated at the moment, and two fans got a penalty as well then for cutting the corner at the moment then. Well, in terms of the strategy calls stuff, Tour de strategy into the pits because the Ferrari of Hogg. So he is the first man in the pits there for a relatively scheduled stop then, and I think the tires is going to go on. It's definitely the intermediate tires, but the question is those intermediate tires going to get to the end then? Because I think they probably would have been around lap 13 who would like to come in the pits then. Matt is now on the prow as well in 12th position. He's remember, Matt did start in 3rd position, I think it was, but unfortunately he's down in 12th position at the moment with all the shenanigans going on the first couple of corners. Not really a good start to the British Grand Prix, was it? Well, there was all sorts of collisions and incidents going on there, wasn't there? Very action packed start to the British Grand Prix, which was I gotta say, it was great entertainment, wasn't it? Steve is now all over the back of Harry as well. Harry there is I think a wounded animal, isn't he? He has damaged the end plate there on that Renault, isn't he? There he is. Look at Steve there. He's on the prow again. Then Steve, Max has got by Hogg. Steve is having a look there into Cops. He's going for the inside. That's an incredible move there. My goodness me, the ultimate opportunist there. He is through out in the 7th position then. Next target is his teammate Asdog then. So Steve there on the fresh intermediate tires there is trying to make hay whilst the sun is shining, or lack of it. And Matt has gone through past PB as well. PB is up into, PB is down to 12th. Matt is up to 11th position then. And Matt is on his way as well then, as you can see then. So let's see then what is Matt's time then in clear air. Well, he ain't got too much clear air because Snap is just in front as well on the racetrack then. So we've got a couple of guys that are coming in the pits then. So we've had just Hogg coming in the pits, so he's dropped down into 70 position at the moment then. Timmy is gained 2 seconds out of Brown then. So Timmy's now starting to stretch his legs as well. So I think Steve is the man on the move, as we said at the moment then. Lap 12 then, as Toon has had a problem. He's come back on the track then, and he's dropped down 3rd position then, and that's unfortunate. Look, and Steve there can see Toon then just recovering then. Unfortunately for Toon, he was quite high up, but I think that's 2 mistakes now for Toon then, and he's dropped down into 6th position then. We're on board then with Steve, who is now less than a second back then. That doesn't make a difference in terms of these weather conditions. There's no DRS in the in this British weather, isn't it? Because it's standard British weather, isn't it? I'd say this is brilliant summer weather for the Brits, isn't it? JJ is now coming up to the back of Brown quite quickly here. As Brown there is really struggling. Then we've also got Maxi coming up to the back of Brown. To the back of JJ as well. There's a Ferrari of Hogg in the background, and here he comes. Then so Steve there is gaining on a Toon. Oh God, I don't know where to watch it. I'm sport for choice here at the moment. And look at this, and he's going up there. He's going to go up and under, is he? And Toon, where we got a bit of a naff camera shot there. Now Max is past JJ. He's moved up into 15th position. JJ dropped down to 16th. We've got Brown just in front of it as well. And Hogg might also be joining that party as well in a not too distant future then. Back on board, back watching Steve as well. As he's got, look at this, and he's got so much more pace and on those fresh shot intermediate tyres. Here he is, and he's gaining. I gotta say, Toon's got a very quick car, and he's dry conditions then. And he is still away there. I think it was Sam who was on the dry dry setup then. As, oh my goodness me, Brown is gone. Brown, oh gosh, that's a big old accident. That's a massive shunt there for Brown. Right in the middle of the track, we got a safety car. That is an awful accident, and I'm not sure what has happened there, but he's come back, rebounded back on the track. The amount of energy that went into that car must have been absolutely horrifying. Look, there he is. There he is. There is. You just see him in the parch, right in the middle of cops. There. What a shock! Brown has just gone. Well, WTF really, and yeah, I think that's my reaction as well. There, absolutely vile shut there from Brown. Then, so pit drama then. So let's see who's going to be the winners and losers. Then Matt's in the pits and he's on the intermediate tires. And Harry also in the pits as well. Toon comes out then. Toon reacting the quickest there. Good stuff there. Double is doing a good job there. We got five. Oh my goodness me, we got an incident then. JJ and Maxi have got JJ's got 5-second penalty there for colliding with Maxi. Hog is staying out then, so Hog is just come in on the intermediate tires then. Remember, he has to stay to adhere to a delta then, but he's going to come out. He could come out in front of Snap. He does indeed then. No, he doesn't. Snap there, Snap. Oh, there's a Hog there, just stays in 13th position as well then. So it's JJ coming out of the pits as well. T Sandwich in the pits and Fizzy flying in the pits as well. So then this is going to be good, isn't it? So it's really bunched up the field then, isn't it? I think so. This is going to be very much interesting. So Brown there is going to. I'm not sure what Brown's commenting on there. We would like to know really, because we just seen his car parked in the middle of the track there, didn't we? It was I would assume that he hit the inside wall there, unless someone forced him in there. Perhaps we're not sure what happened there, because there was a good old gaggle of there was a good old battle there, wasn't there? Near the rear of the field then. So it's so Brown unfortunately once again is out of the race there, but we would like to know why he's out of the race. And we're on board with the man who's in third position about coming in the pits at Mercedes, so they're going to have to queue up then. They are quite a distance apart then, so Sam, they're going on the intermediate tire still, and look at that, still a lot of rain coming down then. And of course the Mercedes do have a oh, I think that Steve has stayed out there. Steve has stayed out on track then. I think he had no option there, because he would have lost a lot of time there, wouldn't he, behind his teammate? And the question is, though, how much time would he have lost there? Because there's still a big gap there between himself and as Hog has got 3-second penalties there as well. Sam out in fourth position and Sprint coming out as well. As always, changing the new nose cone. I think would Steer lost time there? I think he would have dropped behind Toon and possibly Harry as well. I don't know. That's just a figure in there, I kind of guess, but I think that would have been the case then. Sprint out in 5th position then. Toon. Oh, or is it? Yeah, Sprint out in 5th position. Toon is coming out in 6th position then. Toon was the first man to come out of the pit then. Sam's got a 3-second penalty there. Don't really want penalties there when the safety car's out, does that? So the safety car's going to be out for at least a couple of laps, I think, whilst we get the collision sorted, and also the cars catch up as well. So at the moment we have got T, Sammy, Fizzy. Those are the guys that knows the only guys who are on the safety car mode, and because they're all bunched, that we're going to get more sprays and we're on board with Fizzy mode. Look at how difficult the visibility is right now, and this is of course not at the racing speed yet either. So we're on lap 14 out of 26, and we're going to have a very hectic final stages to this British Grand Prix, isn't it? So Bert Mylander is leading the cars around at the moment, and we're on board with the man who's in second at the moment then, which is Fizzy. As I'm just having a quick nose then to see what's going on with the shot then. Oh dear. So I think Maxi and Brown have come together somewhere along the line said, and not very good at all then. And oh dear, so this is not good at all then for not a good thing at all then for the guys then that have come together. But of course then that's what the stewards are for. I think that there's going to be judging session after this race. I think there's a bit of elbows going out there, so unfortunately that didn't go too well. But Brown retirements as Brown, unfortunately Sven, Roscoe and Woody have all retired then from this British Grand Prix. Lap 15 out of 26 then. 16 cars remain then, 11 laps remain then. This is going to get very tasty indeed. Round 10 out of 21 of IRC Season 7 Super. As we're just waiting, JJ is just going through the Maggers and Beckett section now. I think one more lap and we'll be get back to race as well. So we've got 11 laps set. Well, we've got 10 laps set around the British Grand Prix. So let's take stock. Lap 15. T. Sammy leads the race then with Fizzy in second position, Steve in third position. He hasn't come to pits. He's done 8 laps on those intermediate tyres. How is that going to pay dividends later on in the race? That's going to be the question. Fourth position, Sam. Fifth position, Sprint. Toon in sixth position with Asdog seventh. Harry in eighth position. Double in ninth. Matt 10th. PB 11th position. Snap 12th. Hog 13th. Timmy 14th. Maxi in 15th. JJ in 16th position. Then Brown saying wasn't an accident deliberately taken out by Maxi there. Oh dear. So oh dear. That's not good at all. Then of course. So we'll have to wait in to see both footages there. But that is such a shame there for Brown, wasn't it? I think that Brown would have been who come in the pits earlier on this race then and had the pace there to perhaps get some points there for the Williams team. Both him and PB are doing a good job today. And we've also got Jan Van Den Brink saying, let's race, guys! And yes, we are just waiting as well. I think that my prediction of the safety car coming in this up is way out of bounds. So, which... there's nothing unusual, is it? I don't think I get many things right, really. I'm wondering why I'm let loose up here by the admins, really, am I? Because I think everything I say is completely wrong. But never mind. So Burnt Mylander obviously wants another lap out there. And why not? That is, we're having some fisticuffs here, aren't we, between Alsong and Toon there, as they were trying to overtake each other, which of course beyond the safety car you can't do, so because the safety car nullifies the race out. And I've got to say, it's a bit of a reset here, isn't it? And it's going to be some close race now till the end of the race. So the big losers in the safety car period has been T Sammy, I think, and it's T Sammy, Fizzy, and probably Sam as well. I think the big winner is definitely Steve, but let's see how long that'll be for. And also, I think it's also helped Matt and Asdog as well, possibly. Maybe even Maxi and Timmy as well could perhaps also fight for some points as well. So I think those are the big winners and losers. Then I could be again. No, I think I could be completely wrong about that. But that was just on the face as well, because I think Sam has such a big deficit over himself in fourth position. T Sammy and Fizzy also had a big lead as well, didn't they? So that's what I mean by in terms of the times. Anyway, look at that. We got three cars abreast in the background, haven't we? These guys want to race. Lovely shot here from the suspension of the Mercedes head, and you can see then it is a lot of rain out there as well. These guys are absolute superstars for keeping themselves on the track at this stage. Matt and Doa, remember they came to blows in France there, didn't they? So let's hope that's not a repeat there. Of course, France 2 races ago. Sam has got a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits there. Wow, that's harsh to say the least, isn't it, for Sam? That might come back to bite him on the rear, on the diffuser, so to speak, isn't it? In the last stage of the race. So JJ is just about to catch up there. These guys are now starting to get a bit frisky. They're starting to get a bit ready and ready to get racing again here in Silverstone. And so am I then. 16 out of 26 then. As you can see, there's the old pit lane there. Of course, Massa had a couple of spins around here, back into fouls, and once again then you can see we've got more overtakes here. Double there, I think he's done a very good job at this race, hasn't he? He's been battling in midfield more often than not, hasn't he? And he's not feeling too well either, so he's doing a Mark Webber kind of experience. And remember, Webber had, I think, had the sickness bug, didn't he, back in the Japanese Grand Prix in 2007, didn't he? Unfortunately, a very young Sebastian Vettel, which was kind of like it was hindsight, really, wasn't it? As Vettel and Webber came to blows out, and it wasn't the last one to come to blows either. Sam has got another on this lap alone. He's got 10 seconds worth of penalty. Sam, that is going to really cost him what has been an absolutely stupendous drive so far for Sam. So hopefully this doesn't. Hopefully that won't cost him, but I have a feeling it will. And that beautiful message just sit down the bottom. A safety car is in this lap then. T Sammy takes over the lead as the safety car then. Where's he going to go? Look at all those cars in the background. My goodness me, that's 16 cars. We're going to get racing in just a few moments. T Sammy is going to drop the hammer. Where's he going to go? Where's he going to go? Where's he going to go? Oh my goodness me. Oh, Shizzy went into the side of him there. We're going racing. Where are we going? Well, he hasn't. He's teasing me. He's teasing me. We are going racing. Toon and Sprint are also battling away as well. Where do we go? We're on board with Asdog. Look at them there side by side, and we are back racing now. Here we go then. Sprint now is still in fifth position, just about there. JJ's got in front of Max there. There's Toon in sixth position there. Asdog 7th, Harry 8th position, then Matt in 9th position. We got a problem. Matt's got a problem. Stuff is retired from the race then. Matt has had a problem and he's just slowing down. What's going on? Yellow flag in one, then Sprint Stuff is out of the race then, and Maxie's retired from the race, and Maxie's retired from the race as well. What is going on? on? Maxi's car is just in front of us. There's been something going on in the background. And yeah, Maxi's car just pulled off JJ. So I'm not sure what's happening there in the back there. I'm not really sure at all. Then yellow flags in 1 and 3 then. So we get back racing then, resume racing. And I'm not really sure what occurred there, but that is not good at all. Matt was slowing down there. Matt is 13 seconds back there, so I'm not really sure what is really going on at all there. The moment then Fizzy there is at the moment looking the strong in the 2 at the front then. T-Sammy leads and Fizzy second. Steve's in 3rd position doing a cracking job then. Sam 4th. 5th position is Sprint. 6th position is Toon now. 7th position is Asdog. 8th position is Harry. He's dropped 2 seconds back from Asdog. Fizzy going a bit wide there. Double in 9th position. Hog in 10th. Timmy is in 11th position there and looking very much like he's set for an overtake as well. And same with Hog as well. Hog has gained 3/10 of a second out there. My goodness me then. Hog is very much starting to go the whole hog, isn't he? Oh dear. Anyway, we're on board then as he is just behind Double as well then. In the battle for 9th and 10th position then. Toon Fan is half a second back. Oh, Hog going a bit wide then. Timmy, is he going to fancy a good old lunge then? Not quite at the moment, not quite. T-Town set the fast out of the race then. So he's still now away from Max, who's retired from the race. So you got 2 retirements on the opening lap for the safety car then. As there was all kinds of stuff going on, wasn't it? In the all kinds of stuff. As PB's in the pits and PB is in the pits then, and that is not good at all then, is he? In the Williams then. Hog then is start. Oh my goodness me, Hog there so much more quicker. Oh, he's got a 3-second penalty, but he's past that. Oh, he's gone in too deep. Double, oh my goodness me, as a Double edge coming back on track. Oh sorry, a Double coming on in the path of Timmy there. No, yeah, there's Timmy. Oh my goodness me, look at that then. And a Double again on with that one. So Hog is in 9th position, Timmy's in 10th position. JJ's retired from the race. JJ's retired for the race. He is crashed. Is he crashed? I don't think he's crashed. I think he's just called it a day. I think he's just called it a day. That it's a Matt there. We're on board, Matt. So just take a look at the yellow flags. Yeah, I think I'm sure he's just called it a day, which is a shame now for JJ, because I think he would have got some points today with the rain. The conditions are still so tricky out there at the moment, isn't it? It's difficult to stay on the track there, isn't it? With these intermediate tyres on in these very wet conditions as well. So unfortunately, it's not going too well at the moment, is there? 8 laps to go in this race, and T Sammy is leading this race still, when he is going for an incredible 6th win in 10 races, and this will also be his 8th podium as well. Brilliant stuff indeed there for T Sammy. As Timmy there is gaining again then. I think what we need to be looking at is Steve, who is now all over the back of Fizzy. Steve has done a lot, is almost double, well, more than double the amount of tyre life he's done over Fizzy at the moment. Fizzy needs to get himself back up to speed, doesn't he? And get himself back rolling again then. Sorry, I had to take a breath. I had to take a breath there. Goodness me, there. Oh gosh, these guys do make me work, don't they? As we're back on board then with Steve, and he is just behind Fidget. I'm looking forward to this battle. It's really good. I gotta say, that's gonna be a very juicy battle indeed, isn't it? I'll go keep an eye on this battle as well. I don't know who to keep an eye on. This is great, isn't it? We got a couple of battles up and down the field. Well, Toon is off the track at the Ferrari, and again Toon there, who's had an absolutely good race there, but unfortunately he's come a cropper again. He's come out just in front of his teammate there, Toon has, but what a shame there for Toon. Really, he's been having a good race, hasn't he? But unfortunately, he has been off the track a few times, Toon has. I think, anyway, I remember seeing the red car off, so it might be Hog, actually. So if that is the case, I apologise to Toon for mistaken identity. Harry's got a 3-second penalty. Timmy's back in the points after a very difficult race. Oh my goodness me, Steve is up the inside. He passes and Steve Fizzy going into Cole's corner. And I think Steve is going to be very unhappy with me because I've just missed that. But I think but Steve is now up into 2nd position. My goodness me, this man is having a great race, isn't he? Brilliant stuff. So is Fizzy as well. But he's dropped out of 3rd position, unfortunately, for Fizzy. But is he gaining enough? And he is gaining. He's in the slipstream, I think, there. But status quo is this. It come in the cop set. We've also got Timmy, who's battling away with Hog as well. Oh, Timmy's gone to the grass there. He has lost momentum there. Hog is now going to just pull away slightly. Toon is now gaining back onto the rear end of Harry as well. After Toon is just trying to get himself, trying to find his footing, isn't he? And back going as well then. And It's not raining! It has stopped raining, I'm thinking this British Grand Prix is anyone going to go for the dry compound tyres? Well, I'd say it's very early yet. I think even an idiot like me would know it's a bit too early, because we've still got a lot of spray off the intermediate tyres. And who is this going to favour then? Who has got those intermediate tyres in good shape? Is this going to cause Steve problems there? Remember those intermediate tyres that have been on Steve's car for 13 laps then. And he's got another 7 laps to go. Goodness gracious me then. It's going to be all about tyre management now for Steve, isn't it? 3 seconds ago between first and second there. Anything can happen still, of course, that you have to go for it. You have to pass the checkered flag there to get the win. No T. Sammy does. So you do not count your chickens yet, do you? As Fitz there might be feeling a bit more happier there with the intermediate tires, not as worn as Steve's tires will be. So we're keeping on that. We're keeping on that battle. The motor 6 tenths of a second as it stands there. As we're on board then with Timmy, who is about half a second then away from Hogg then. As you see, Hogg has got an absolutely beautiful exit there out of left field. Fantastic stuff from the Ferrari there. Good old purchase there from the Ferrari driver. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Toon is now half a second away from Harry. And just I mentioned that, he has dropped 2 tenths of a second back then. So we're keeping an eye on that battle. Got a couple of battles going on, Fizzy and Steve, also Toon and Harry, and not forgetting this battle here between Timmy and Hogg as well. Timmy's had a very difficult race today, hasn't he? Timmy is usually the man who's battling up at the end, and he's done the same things he did last lap. Timmy, he's really struggling with that car, isn't he? I wonder if he's got a dry setup on that McLaren. It's really compromised him in the wet conditions today, because I don't think he's been in the races. No offense to Timmy, because he's a very quick driver, but today he's just been slightly off the pace set. Of course, being an oh gosh, I'm not sure. Did he go into the back of the Renault there? I don't think he did actually, but oh gosh, but I think that was very good reactions there for two. My goodness me, there. I think that I can't remember Newcastle's goalkeeper. That was, what's his name? Dovadika? I don't know. Dovadika? I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to be cool. Anyway, yeah, but unfortunately, there are two good reactions there. Just the this, the car is sliding, isn't it? Oh my goodness me, that's an opposite bit of lock there, isn't it? On that Ferrari, really struggling, isn't it, to get the power down and to turn in, and that is advantage. Harry is now up to 2 seconds in that complex of corners alone there. Lovely shot here. Look at that, and look how damp the track is. Look how dark grey is. It's still got a lot of shine on that track, hasn't it? And you can see there is also a darker patch, and that is the racing line at the moment. Those are the tracks the cars have got to stick into. That's how difficult these conditions are. That's absolutely fantastic stuff. I've noticed that Sam is now under a lot of pressure from Sprint and Armstrong as well. As Snap has left the session there, unfortunately. Fizzy is now just 4 tenths of a second behind Steve as well then. Stay with us, folks. This is going to be a cracking end then to a cracking Grand Prix. It really has been, hasn't it? There's been some interesting battles as well, and interesting it's been some interesting action as well there. Hogg's got a 3-second penalty. Also remember then the penalty, I've completely forgot to put that into consideration there, is the penalties as well that is out there. And who's got what penalties? The gap at the front, if anyone's interested, it's still, well, of course you'll be interested. It's still floating around the 3-second gap at the moment to Steve. I think Steve's attention is definitely returning to Fizzy now. It might have been jumped down into Coppers after a fantastic move, but I gotta say Fizzy has kept up with the Force India really well, and my apologies, the racing point really well there. I think they should just kept Force India really, shouldn't they? But there you go. I'm looking forward to when they become Aston Martin in 2021. Well, hopefully we get some races before now and then. So yeah, hopefully we get some racing going. Of course, back in June is when they're planning on going back to green, isn't it? As you can see, then Outstock then is 5 tenths of a second back. As I said, but Timmy is still 6 tenths of a second away from Hogg as well. Toon there. Toon was all over the back of Harry, but he's just coming back now. But it's the question is how long is he gonna be able to. How long has he got to keep it to get himself there, isn't he? Well, he's only got 4 laps, hasn't he? Also, I think Sam has got a 10-second penalty. As it stands, that will drop him right down into 9th position then. But that, of course, doesn't include our penalties as well then. And hopefully that's not the case then, because I think Sam has done an absolutely stupendous job today. He's really done a good job indeed then. As a PB has damaged the front wing there on the Williams side. Williams done such a good race, wasn't it? But unfortunately there, it's all come to pot, hasn't it? Really, in the final, in the second half of the race, hasn't it? That's such a shame. Then look at Timmy. He is flying up to the back of that Ferrari, and he had so much more momentum there. Unfortunately, it's the wrong stage of the track. And can he keep it on the white line? That's a better entry, and Xero out Chapel. Then now he's gaining as well. Yellow flag as PB is retired from the race. Then he has gone straight on. He's had a Brendan Hartley accident, and now Timmy's having to now finish. Then passes Hogg. He is now a meat in that Ferrari sandwich. Is Hogg going to come back at him now as he comes into the final turn? Then and they're on board. Then it's Hogg there dropping down into 10th position, and we're keeping an eye on that because I think that that might not be the end of that. Here comes Fizzy. He's 4/10 of a second. Barry Mount, he was 2/10 of a second. Steve might have been doing some harvesting, and of course there you can be very clever with your harvesting, can't you? Of course you can absolutely, you can switch it off around the tight corners, can't you? And as Double is in the pits, and Double in the pits, and very late on, that can be a scheduled stop then for the Haas car, because he's had a great race, Double has, but unfortunately that's going to come to nothing, isn't it? What a shame then, what a shame then for Double, really is. As he's on the soft tyres, Double is. My goodness me, that man likes to have a gamble, doesn't he? If he's right, I'm going to ask Double about the lottery numbers then, because that is going to be that's a brave call, isn't it? But I wonder if it's too early there for Double, but he's definitely going to give it a shot, isn't he? Hogg is 2/10 of a second back from Timmy as well. Oh, he was, maybe he's dropped back then, but Fizzy there is trying to see with him under this part of the racetrack where it's so difficult with all the understeer going on, isn't it? On board as Fizzy there is now gaining. No, he ain't gaining at all in his status quo, and I'm talking absolute rubbish then. Look in the background, Sam sprinting as dog. It's a trio. It's a trio there. It's a party in the background, isn't it? And we'll join them in just a few moments time as well, and I think that party is going to get very spicy, isn't it? It's going to get very wild, I think, in the final couple of laps then here in Silverstone. Oh, it's been a good old race this has, hasn't it? As I gotta say, I'm starting to lag a bit now. I mean, I hope my connection isn't, but oh, I am, blimey. It's been a tough old race this one has, hasn't it? Very tough race indeed with the wet weather, hasn't it? But of course, I think it's dried up a bit too late then for the dry tyres. Double has rolled the dice there, but I think that it might be, it's too early for the dry tyres, I think then. But yeah, as I said, if I'm wrong, I'm asking Double for a lottery ticket then, and you can see that this is the bottom. And unfortunately for Sam, he's done a great job today. Look, he's had the pace and everything. Sam, this is Sam's best result of IRC so far. His race has been brilliant stuff. Max is there for session. Matt is in the pits as well then. I wonder if Matt might be rolling the dice to go on dry tyres as well, perhaps. He is indeed. He's on the soft tyres as well. Maybe Double has struck it gold here, perhaps. Maybe indeed then. Steve has done 17 laps on those intermediate tyres. I've got to say, that is an absolutely incredible drive. The question is now about the puncture territory, isn't it, for Steve? Is he talking of which, he has dropped by Fizzy. Fizzy's back up into second position, just as I say it. It's Steve got a problem. Look at him, he's dropping off the back there of Fizzy as yeah, did Steve make a mistake? Well, he's still got the oh my goodness me, look at him, he's gaining once again. He's gonna go on the inside of the style. It's having a yellow flag in the background, yellow flag in turn one then, and not sure what's happening in turn. It's Matt's off the track now. He's on the soft tires, so he hasn't worked in his match. And Steve is just still behind Fizzy at the moment. Then we've got as Matt, I think, is pulled over to one side then. As no, I think he's trying to just get on the power by the looks at it on the map as well. We've Sprint is now 7/10 of a second behind his teammate then, as the Mercedes boys now starting to duke it out, and they in 4th and 5th position. A great drive from the Mercedes guys, and let's hope they get some decent points at the end of it as well then. As see there, just taking a couple of bites of the cherry there, isn't he? Sprint there, 6/10 of a second away from his teammate as well. This is good racing there, isn't it? This is going to be good end to the British Grand Prix. Lap 25 out of 26. I wish there was another 26 laps to go there in this race, and because I think that there's going to be more action to come here, isn't it? Sprint there is now 4/10 of a second behind his teammate there. Also, Steve is 4/10 of a second behind his rival Fizzy. I don't think these positions are going to stay as they are they? Definitely not then. Sam there is really strong there. You can see the back end was starting to step out there, was there, on Sam there. Look at this, he's starting to get the power down. Sprint can smell blood in the water. I think Fizzy can smell, Steve can definitely can sense something is on the horizon as well, can he? Look at this, and the 3/10 second gap, the gap is at the moment then, is coming down. It's gone back at the 4/10 of a second as well. I don't know, I'm flicking back and forward. Sorry guys, I don't know where to look. Incredible stuff, then. Indeed, then is of course no DRS yet, and I don't think the DRS will be enabled on this race at all then, which is probably unfortunate for the likes of Sprint, for the likes of Asdog. Asdog's all over the back of Sprint as well. Then look at it, he's getting it on him. Look, is he going to go for it? He's going to go for it to Stowe. We're on board with Asdog, and they come into Stowe then, and yellow flag in front. Yellow flag in free. It's Matt there who's on the. Look at this then. Who's Matt's on the inside then. It's doubles past Matt then. We're on board with Asdog. Look at that Sprint defending the inside. Asdog's trying to take more acute line then going into the final turn. But Sprint has the advantage at the moment, and this is good for Sam. Then he can just pull away slightly. Yellow flag is the red ball again of Matt then, as he is struggling then. Keep an eye out then, as there might be a red ball there. Just having troubles there, just get on the power then. As Asdog is going to have a look then, not quite then, not quite at the moment then. T-Sam is on the Wellington Straight then at the moment then. Oh, Matt there is just, I think Matt should be a ghost, shouldn't he? No, yet, and double going off tracks. Oh my goodness me, Matt and Asdog nearly came together there as well then. And they come down the back straight then. As Double and Matt are quite in close company now in the background. Indeed, the Double's back down into 12th position now stay then, as the battle of the dry tires at the back of the back of the pack, and as you can see then, this is going to get very now. Asdog's got one more. I think he's got, can he have a go for cops there? Remember his teammate Steve had to absolutely blind them past, didn't he, about half distance there? But can he follow suit? No, not quite. I don't think he's close enough. Oh, I thought that he had a good run there, but you can see then halfway through he just lost the momentum, didn't he, over a sprint there? And Sprint's now actually started to sprint away then. And here he comes then, the man at the moment, and the man who wanted rain, and he got it there. His rain dance worked absolutely beautifully, and he was dancing all the way through this Grand Prix today. Absolutely fantastic stuff for T-Sammy. Coming through the final couple of corners now. This is the last quarter, and T-Sammy wins his 6th Grand Prix of the season, and his, it's a Timmy's up to 8th position. T-Sammy wins the 6th Grand Prix, wins the British Grand Prix. Fizzy in 2nd, Steve in 3rd, Samuel is coming through into 4th position. Well, he might drop down, Sprint in 4th position, Asdog in 5th. Here comes Harry then. How far away is Harry then? And I wonder if Sam might be able to stay in 6th position, would still be his best results of the season there. Oh, Double just get out of the way there in the of Harry. Harry coming through to finish in 6th position. Then Sam there dropping down into 7th. And you can see the penalties have really come back to Sam. Look at these dropped. Oh, as a Matt just flying off the track there. Hogg is in 9th position there, as Timmy Moon at 7th. And Hogg coming through there in the 9th position there. Toon 10th position then. Double it, we're on board, double it in 11th position, and the dry tires just, I think it was just a gamble that they were just going to just try and take and see what happened, really, didn't it? But unfortunately, didn't pay off in the end, did it? There he is, T-Sammy, 6 wins, 8 pole positions. I think that's his 4th fastest up as well. Absolutely stupendous stuff from the Toro Rosso driver. Did a really good job. Brilliant stuff there. Toon has just commented there. Finally, points there for the Ferrari driver. Absolutely good stuff indeed. Then, as you can see, then as T-Sammy there just celebrating with his champagne. And let's go through then the final classification then from the British Grand Prix of IRC Season 7 Round 10. And T-Sammy there, no penalties even there. This man just, as I said earlier, just absolutely danced in the rain here tonight, didn't he? Brilliant stuff indeed there. He won the race then. 2nd position is Fizzy, then Steve from 10th to 3rd. Good stuff. Sprint in 4th position. Asdog from 19th to 5th. 6th is Harry. Timmy 7th position there for the McLaren. And no penalties either. Sam in 8th position. Toon in 9th. Hogg in 10th position. Double 11th. Matt in 12th position. Retirement PB. JJ, Maxi, Snap, Brown, Sven, Roscoe and Woody all retired from the British Grand Prix. And Jan van den Brink just said, great race, guys. And of course, then next, well, depending on what happens in the world, we might be back next Wednesday, of course, for the German Grand Prix. Remember, the German Grand Prix was absolutely brilliant stuff, wasn't it? In the real world of Formula 1, wasn't it? Absolutely chaotic race where Verstappen won. So hopefully, the elite guys will be back next Wednesday at 7:30 UK time. Of course, the super guys will hopefully be back as well at 8 p.m. UK time. We don't know what's going on in the world at the moment. It's absolutely chaotic, isn't it? But Frank Mead saying, what a race, guys. My guy Fizzy, absolutely fantastic drive for Fizzy to go into second then. So yeah, hope you all are well. Stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you next Wednesday for more action from IRC.